There are legends and stories wrapped into great songs, sung by bards for all to hear. These stories tell those of great warriors, evil tyrants, brave children, and cowardly kings. Thrones and treasures cause wars, gods and devils play bring destruction. The desires of a dark soul may bring annihilation, while the bright heart of a boy king will try and save it. Men and women of nations answer the call to arms, to fight for their country, their home, their families. Marching to the sound of a war drum, the billowing of a ship's sail, under the great radiant one, under chords thunders in the dead of night. The sound of rain hitting metal as a soldier readies his shield, as he stares into the orcish faces of the legion. The guttural war cries strike his heart with fear, but his young king saddles his warhorse and rallies the men. A half-elven arcanist prepares a ritual in case the unblemished get too close. Lord and Chief Theophi checks his coalition of half-bloods and those who wait across the meadows with means to end him. Matthias stares into the burning pit, containing a great scourge on the land. He with his princes of peace delve into the devil's head to put an end to the rebirth of evil. Micah, in his old age, stands strong in his armor as Hector, the tyrant, assaults the dark world. With his shadow soldiers slaying the tyrant and ending the shadows, light shines once again. I am here to tell you a story, one of love, triumph, justice, and tragedy. A story that will echo throughout eternity. Cross every sea, ride every cloud, from the Isles of Setonia to the great city of Stamrin. Heroes and villains, husbands and wives, brothers and sisters all play their part. As Bahamut sits on his throne in Elysia, and the evil one fights his way out of hell, a group of misfits find their way through the valleys, the meadows, the mountains, and seas. I am here to tell your story, by the fire in every tavern, the square in every town, or the stage in every city I come to. What's in those stories for me to tell is entirely up to you. Welcome to Manola.
Hello friends and welcome to the Chaos. First off, we would like to thank the creators of Dungeons & Dragons for making the world's greatest tabletop RPG game. We would like to make an unsponsored show of gratitude for Dwarven Forge and their awesome tabletop terrain, as well as WizKids for their awesome tabletop accessories and miniatures. Thanks to the guys over at Sirenscape, which is the music you can hear now, for their awesome sound sets and letting us use their music for our game. If you haven't, check them out. And now, we are Chaotic Cast. Bunch of best friends from Tennessee who have a passion for playing RPG games, especially Dungeons & Dragons. Yes, we do have southern accents. Yes, we have southern phrases. No, we aren't perfect, but we play this game for rich story and fun. Mostly follow the D&D 5th edition rules with some homebrew tweaks here and there. Our homebrew world is Redelian. Lore update. We are playing in the section of the world that's an island, semi-island archipelago called Manola. We like to give credit where credit is due, and we are all big fans of Critical Role. I'm a big fan of Realmsmith. I think you guys have watched several other shows. Mm-hmm. If you guys ever want to give out thanks, just yell them out. But please continue to watch our show, even after you check out their shows. We are pre-recorded for now. We're hoping to, sometime in the future, be able to have the ability to stream live. We are close, just not exactly set to do that currently. And please, you can find us at...
Follow us on Instagram at chaoticcast.tv. What am I supposed to say?
Reddit.
On. Go to Travis.
Reddit.
You can find a link to all of our social media and other things in our Instagram. There's a link tree there where you can find everything.
We're on Reddit at r/chaoticcast.
Yeah. We hope that there's some awesome subreddits get started.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Get some threads.
We're already old guys. We're already old.
Get the Zoomers on it.
Yeah. Need some mods too. I mean, if anybody wants to be a mod, let us know. Yeah, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, hit the bell icon so you can see when we premiere. We will try to be in the chat when we do premiere on YouTube. We are going to be on Twitch as well, but I think the majority of us will be in the YouTube chat, right? Because it's easier, it's more accessible.
Yeah.
All of those things.
YouTube premiere.
Yeah. September 1st will be the first video premiere, which doesn't matter that I'm saying this now because this is going to be coming out sometime way later. Anyway, we love all of you, and without further ado, let's get into the chaos. Last we left off...
There we go. So does anybody remember what we were doing? I do not.
Last we left off, you all had located and found the supposed witch. You devised a plan with her and your new allies to fake her death to the unsettled town of Follyfield, which is what they desired. As you ventured back through the Whispering Grove, you met up with Dalby and handed Harpine over to him for her to be taken as a prisoner until the trial. On the way back to Follyfield, Violet remembered a request made by Duma to search for a missing crate from her shipment. Excuse me. Duma guessed the crate fell off around the spot where the cart had wrecked a couple days before. Violet recalled this and tracked, found, and fought with some leftover remnants of the Orcish Legion of Tusk, and located the missing crate as well as an odd sea cavern that seemed to be a drop-off/pickup place for someone or something. Eventually, you all returned to town and found that the people here had overwhelmed the guards and had taken the trial into their own hands, even by choosing a different, uncommon means of execution for the Kingdom of Stamrin. Seeing the panic in Harpine's eyes, you all acted swiftly to thwart the town's plans, quickly hopping onto Duma's cart with Najard, Cortland, and now your rescued witch friend, Harpine. You have sped through the rest of the day, onward towards Maple Dock.
I remember now.
You good now?
We got our asses kicked and we were running.
Well, you got your ass kicked.
I did get my
I didn't take any damage. I'm good.
I didn't think you would have.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to fight off the whole town.
Good job, Billy.
Okay.
Something you problem.
I don't know. Do you guys want me to tell you the titles of things as we go, or do you just want me to leave it a mystery for my notes?
No, just leave it a mystery. You can use that in the titling of the...
You know why I told you that, though? Because this one's called A Mystery's Mystery.
Oh.
Swiftly exiting the town of Follyfield, you were glad to be on your way away from the discriminative population of halflings that made their home in a small town within the Barley Sea. As the footfalls of the two pole horses clip-clop on top of the dirt path alongside the slow-moving green and brown-colored Whisker River, Duma, Najard, Violet, Cable, Craeloth, Cortland, and Harpine crowd onto a small wooden cart with several crates, trunks of goods that are being chartered to the port city of Mapledock. It has been a couple hours since you've made your chaotic exit, chaotic, while the midday sun shines down on the ever-waving stalks of grain of the Barley Sea. The painted wooden cart rattles and raps to make a melody with the whistling of the wind and the footfalls of the horses. Duma and Najard sit up front on the driver's bench while our group of adventurers sit amongst the cargo in the back. Craeloth and Cable sit on separate sides of the wooden cart in hope of distributing the weight equally. Duma has offered payment for protection along the dirt path to Mapledock, for she has found a friend within Violet. The job doesn't pay a lot, but 100 gold for transport to where the party was headed anyway made a pretty sweet deal. Evening approaches as the horses are tied to rest by a nearby stream. The barley stalks shift and beckon to the breeze as Najard begins to gather wood for a campfire. Cortland opens his book and begins reading through some of it and practicing arcane symbols, while Harpine checks and picks at the local plants and flowers. Duma is situating stuff in the cart as the sun begins to fall beneath the rolling hills. She's holding a ledger, checking off to make sure all of the inventory that she's supposed to deliver is there. So several hours have passed. Well, 2 to 3 hours since you all have. I mean, basically, Duma and Najard pressed the horses hard to get it as far away from town as you could. So 2-3 hours ago, if there was anything that you guys want to discuss on the ride between yourselves or any of Duma, Najard, Cortland, or Harpene, we'll do that now. And that'll be like what happened on the cart ride.
I was gonna tell Duma and the Jar about Harpene since last they saw, they had no idea what was going on with her.
So
Yeah.
Najard will turn around after the chaos has settled down and you guys have made some ground between you and the town. He'll turn around and say, "Who's the new one?"
Name's Harpene.
Never seen hair like that before.
Silver.
Yeah. Harpene's like, "I'm right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can introduce yourself, but yeah, she's the witch.
I'm not a witch.
She was what they called the witch.
I'm an operative of the Wreath.
Yeah, that.
Hello, I'm Harpene Millbrook." Najard says, "Nah." Then he just turns back around.
Man, many words.
He's not one for talking.
That's fine. I'm so cramped, I'm in a sour mood anyway, so.
Yeah, you're probably like hanging off the
Yeah.
sides and
Whoever's
tables.
next to me is getting like a furry elbow like every 2 seconds.
Like the cart is
Yeah.
in the structure of the cart in the middle is holding up, but the two edges are like with cable on one side and Craeloth on
If
the
I
other.
got out first, the whole thing was
Yeah. The horses are like trying to make it along.
I'm just sitting there meditating as best I can.
Meditating? Okay.
Okay.
Are you want to? Are you? What are you meditating about?
Just the day's actions. And
Okay.
resting
So-
for a very short time.
getting his ass kicked.
God, yeah. All right.
I would like to try and slip something to Craeloth.
Okay. Like you're not wanting anyone else to see it.
Which one's Craeloth?
Yes.
None of us are Craeloth.
Okay.
No.
Violet.
Go ahead. I mean, it's no one's actively looking, so it'll just be against everyone's passive perception.
Do you want me to roll sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Do I roll since I'm
It's
meditating?
just your passive perception. I've got it, so I'll tell you if you.
Oh, it's 14.
It's a dirty 20.
You're in the zone.
Oh, yeah. Of course I am.
Cortland's up there, and he's just kind of looking around. Harpene looks distraught. Like she feels most of the time she's in control of her situations, and at that moment of panic, she was not. And so she's kind of like, "Wow, maybe I do need to be more careful." So she's kind of like in her own little world, just thinking.
Yeah.
And then Duma and Najard, of course, are looking forward, so no one sees
Okay.
you slide.
So I'll hand that to him. Tell him that I found this at Jake Sam's place in the junkyard.
I'll just nod. I'll bring up my bugbear feet, cross my leg, and block it so I can read behind my leg.
Your bugbear what?
My bugbear feet.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring that
His
up.
big old
So
bugbear.
they both.
I'll cross my leg.
The bugbear feet just.
Yeah.
Call back!
And I'll just read that so no one can see.
Okay.
Harpene, I don't think that went according to plan.
No, it did not. I was scared for a moment, and I haven't been scared for a long time. Yeah, that did not go according to plan. You're exactly right. Maybe I do need to be more careful. It seems times have changed. I've never known such ruthless halflings, or ruthless people in general, to bring back burnings. So, yeah.
Not from who? Where'd you get that?
In the junkyard at Jake Sam's place.
Okay.
Harpene's like, she sees the conversation and she doesn't care. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Thank you for realizing that I needed help. That was intense, and there was a lot of magic spewed out of all of you in a matter of seconds there.
We're pretty handy.
We're ready to strike.
Yeah, I'm grateful that you have found me.
That root wouldn't have saved you from getting burned alive.
There's got to be something to chew the root, and if there's no body, there's no chewing the root.
True.
It's got to have veins to course through the... Speaking of the root, keep it. I'm going to be more careful for myself. So keep it. All you got to do is you got to bite into it within a day.
So we put it in the dead person's mouth and just make them chew.
Yeah. This bright green stuff will run out. Make sure that they swallow it.
Okay.
They'll be unconscious for like probably another 24 hours, but they'll wake up.
Alive.
Yeah. Even if their heart stopped. If body parts are missing, if there's no heart, if there's no brain, it doesn't work. It's got to be an intact
But an
arm, whatever. It's not going to grow it back, but it'll bring the person back. Yeah.
And what's this thing called again?
The Wreath call it life root.
I will take the life fruit and put it in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, we have a bag of holding. What about that?
If anybody wants to contribute to our savings in the bag of holding, I'll write it down.
Anybody want to put their gold in? This is the group tax.
I'll put some of
Membership
mine in
fee.
there in case somebody tries to swipe it off my person.
By the way, what is your purpose for going to Maple Dock? And Cortland says, I gotta send a message to my master.
A weird accent, right?
I got to send a message to my master. Sorry, guys. I'm not Matt Mercer. I'm not gonna try to be. I need to update my notes because I have his accent down, I think, as old Hank John's accent. I need to adjust that.
Who's Hank John?
The
The
man you
guy you
butt
killed.
ended.
You murdered him.
Oh.
Terrible short-term memory.
Happens.
In-law.
They invented paper and pencil, but it's okay. It's
My-
parchment and quill.
My character's meditating, so.
Gotcha. Anytime something important's going on, I don't know, I'm meditating.
I didn't catch that. Sorry, I was in deep thought.
Rewind. I've got to send a message to my master.
Who's your master?
Master Keyray.
Master Keyword.
You told us this before.
I don't remember that. I was meditating.
Yeah, he wanted me to get in touch with Hopine. I have got in touch with Hopine. I shall, relay this information. You can compare notes. I'm not judging.
Read it aloud to the class.
He's Keyray's apprentice.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
I knew that.
I'm just gonna check
The
my.
Dirt Toll University.
Just gonna check my journal real quick, guys.
I'm gonna check my ledger. We are also playing late at night, so it's been a long day.
It's been a day.
It's late for us. We're all old.
Yeah, we're
It's 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh, I'm unemployed, so.
Please watch our videos.
yeah,
You
please.
can't afford to feed the thing.
Yeah. He can't afford a quill and parchment.
Got a cell phone though.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, it's not her.
Master Keyword, huh? Okay.
Yeah, Master Keyray, he wanted me to get in touch with one of the Wreath, let them know,
Oh, this is not
but he needed to be in touch with a mother, and it seems Hopine does have a mother. What did you say her name was? It's Kindred, the Eyeless. So, Cortland, he kind of looks around and he says, well, hopefully there's some sort of arcanist in Maple Dock that I can find to find the means of magically sending a message. I'd hate to have to write and send one. It would take forever.
I've been through Maple Dock. Do I remember if it's a big town or small town?
Roll a history check. I'll see what
Unnatural 1. 2 minus 1.
well, you know that it's a port city, good size.
Okay.
That's all you really remember about it.
I was meditating all the time out there.
You passed through hurrying.
Really quick, yeah. Okay. I don't know if they do or not, but we'll find out together. Never been.
Well, you see, I am a priestess of Rhea, and I've been sent there to spread her light.
Right. Rhea. The Sun Mother, the Radiant One, the Golden Shimmer. Tell me, Violet, do you have a personal connection with Rhea?
I mean, of course. I'm one of her priestess.
Roll an insight check.
It's good. 20.
Looking at her reaction and kind of how she states and spaces her words while she looks at you, you get a sense of Harpene is very wise. She's been around for a long time. You would gather that she's probably middle-aged for an elf, so probably 350 years old. She just kind of smiles at you. I guess you kind of, just gleaning from what she says, you're gathering she probably knows a lot. And she might know a lot about you, or about, not you as a person, but you as saying you're a priestess of Rhea, and then she's probably been witness to a lot of stuff that Violet, without giving way too much, a lot of your
Backstory.
backstory that we talked about. Maybe other agents. Different stuff along that line. She says, very good. The wreath has worked well with priests and radiant mothers in the past.
We've worked together pretty well so far, I would say, don't you?
I agree. I wouldn't be here without you, so very much agree. Speaking of that, is there any chance that you guys have you all ever heard of the Manola Wale jungle?
How about?
Roll a history check, all of you. Well, are you still meditating?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
You're in your own world.
Boys, I'm on fire tonight. That's a natural one this time.
Don't worry, I got a natural 20.
Ooh!
Plus 4, so...
Ooh! Okay.
That's actually a 0 then. So I'm just gonna leave.
You know it's a jungle.
Never heard of her.
I'm
Who
gonna
is she?
I'm gonna switch D20s.
You know it.
So where are we at?
You know it's a jungle somewhere in Manola.
Yeah, sounds right.
Context.
I've heard it before. Hunter, you know that there is a southern large island. It's broken into 2 halves. The bottom half is the Manola Wale jungle. The top half is what's called the Broken Plains. The Manola Wale jungle is home to a lot of the tribal wood elves. There's also some elves that are like connected deeper to arcane means and matters within it. They live in the trees. The jungle itself is its own. It's like its own beast. It's untouched. There are a few brave gnomes that reside in the Broken Plains that seem to harvest something out of the jungle of late. Through the monastery, you all try to stay in touch with a lot of separate places in the world just to keep a touch on what's going on where. So, you know where it is. You're pretty familiar with the structure of it, who lives there. You know that it is a very uncivilized place. There's not a whole lot of civilization within the jungle itself. the last thing that you would have heard with a natural 20, I'll give you this, is that there was conflict brewing between the gnomes of the Broken Plains and the tribal elves of the jungle. And it's over a certain resource, but that was undisclosed in the reports.
Yeah, I know quite a bit about the Manola in the jungle. There's not much to do at the monastery but read, so...
There's a place there that I need to get to. It's kind of where, like families do reunions, so to speak. It's a place where operatives of the wreath or flower mothers, flower children can meet. So I'm on my way there. The reason why I was needing gold earlier is if you all aren't going that way, I'm going to procure my own passage. I'm going to try to find a merchant ship or something leaving out of Maple Dock. Maybe I can tag along.
I'm not really sure what we're going to do. That's something we'll have to discuss.
We're gonna have a goal that far at a time.
Yeah, and no worries. I just wanted to be very appreciative of what you did, and so once we get to Maple Dock, we'll stay in touch, and then I'll let you know when I'm leaving.
So, Cortland, are you going with her?
Well, honestly, I guess after I talk to Amastacia, I'll see what my next mission is. I don't know if he wants me to return or if I don't know. I'll know more once I can contact him.
What is our current goal? That's Caleb. Why are we going to the Maple Docks? I wasn't around then, I don't think. I come out.
There you go.
You feel refreshed. You can have a short rest.
He was just asleep on the...
How do I need to hit that thing?
Up there with the little campfire. No, you didn't hit the campfire. You
Oh,
hit the
sorry.
there.
Short rest?
And then you have 3 hit dice. So you can spend however many.
At this point, when Duma hears you ask that, she kind of turns around. She hands the reins over to the Najard. She says, well, it started out... I don't remember Duma's voice. Do you guys? Sorry. I think it was rough.
I don't remember.
It started out...
Huh?
She's a manly orc.
And then you add your constitution modifier.
She's not manly. She's just very... She's just brutal. She looks like she's seen some crazy stuff, warrior mentality. Yeah, like a Viking kind of stuff. So she turns around and she says, well, at first, you all inquired about a captain in a ship, and I have a brother. His name's Alfie.
Whenever you take a long rest.
I'll be honest, he is the captain of his ship, but he seems to have gotten himself in some trouble. I'm needing some assistance in figuring out what we need to do to get him out of trouble. But we need to figure out exactly what's happened before we can do that. He's currently locked away in the Lockhead.
What's he being accused of?
I believe it is embezzlement and lethargy.
Be in trouble for lethargy.
He's lazy.
Not lethargy. What's the word?
Larceny.
Larceny.
There we go.
He's a lazy thief.
It's late. Larceny.
Still gonna need some clarification.
Basically, he's been accused of stealing things and then lying on the ledger, saying that he didn't take it, selling it on the black market for his own gain.
So wait, that I get the embezzlement part. What's larceny?
Thieving.
I'm gonna Google it.
Ask Jeez.
I looked it up, but I forgot what the exact definition is. Anyway,
Hold on, I got
it's all
you.
part of the same.
Apparently it's a bourbon. Theft of personal property
Yes.
is larceny.
There you go.
Theft of the harbor master's personal property. So anyway, I'm going to go and talk with the officials once I deliver the goods. Probably, probably just going to take it in a minute. There's nothing that can happen right away. His trial's set out for a couple weeks. So,
Where'd you say he's being kept?
in the Lockhead, on the Spear Step. Do you guys know much about Maple Dock?
Nope.
Absolutely nothing.
You're not from here, are you, Triton? It's okay. Maple Dock is a city, as she recollects through her memories.
Some of those mind palaces, like on Sherlock. She's shuffling through papers right now.
Mm-hmm. She's brain black.
Maple
like
Dock
Jimmy
is a city that sits on the cliffside, on a cliffside that opens up down into a beach, sort of. But the way the city's designed, it's stair steps. And you have the 5 steps of Maple Dock. The first step is called the Spear Step. The locals there drop step, and they just call the different ones what they're called. You have the Spear Step, the Golden, the Common, the Trade, and the Build. Basically, it's just a massive stair-step city, and each step kind of has its own arrangement. It's like urban zones. You have the governing presence from Stammerin at the top, and that's where the Lockhead prison is, and that's where my brother's currently kept. And then the next step down is like the nobleman, the mayor, the mansions. That step, the Golden, has all of the fancier higher ups.
Did we know that was your brother?
Yeah, I told Violet in the
Did he?
in the
About
tavern.
what?
Oh, in the tavern. I wasn't there. In the tavern,
Yeah.
I think.
Um,
That the guy that's in jail's your brother.
Yeah, she told me.
Okay. Cable wasn't there for that. I don't think. He was asleep, probably. He gets beat up a lot. Cable take plenty of long rests.
brain damage.
He has to meditate.
Yeah.
He's the only one that fights anybody.
That's
Everybody else
really
just
he's
runs.
got a huge concussion.
CTE.
The as the steps go down, the commons is kind of the residential where the common folk live. The trade is the marketplace, so to speak, and then the build is kind of like the warehouses and the mills and that type of stuff, and then it opens up into the docks and the beach. It's a big city, a lot of things passing by. Does that sound good?
No.
Makes just really. I hear birds.
Oh, that sound. I thought you meant our sound.
I don't hear it.
No, I hear background music stop.
No.
I think the app crashed. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what your immediate plans are, but I got a pretty good reputation with one of the inns there. It's called the Yipper Jail. We might be able to get a decent deal if you're going to be there for some time.
At least tonight.
How much longer is it to?
I think we got about 2 more days.
This is gonna suck.
But Cable, my brother's name is Captain Alfie Docilis. He's an elven man, middle-aged, and he took his life upon the sea as a charter.
What was that last name?
Docilis.
Oh,
Docilus.
Yes. I did hear that part.
So he's your adopted brother.
Yeah.
Half.
Yeah, we grew up in an orphanage together. Roll me an insight check.
Ooh.
That's good if I can remember what my inside was. That's a dirty 20.
You remember she said half elf before, and then she just said elf now.
I'm more impressed that you did that on purpose.
I like that.
I think I remember her talking about her brother being Brig of Tuscador. Or maybe my notes are wrong.
I don't know that name.
Oh, okay.
She turns back around and asks Najard what he's doing. It seems like the horses have lost some pace. He's like, I'm driving the horses. Give me the reins. And she kind of takes over. She turns back around.
What time of day?
You're approaching even. They're getting like the cart's beginning to stop. They're going to set up camp.
Okay.
So the cart kind of stops. What we was talking about earlier. Najard's going over to get the firewood.
Okay, so we're making camp.
Yeah, Duma's checking out the cart, the ledger, the stuff. Arpene's kind of looking at plants and flowers. Cortland's going through his spell book. What do you guys want to do? There's already a campfire going.
I need to ask about my brother. Do they know it's my brother? Did I tell y'all that
Yeah,
it's
you
my
did.
brother?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to ask about my brother. Getting character.
I love Robert today.
That's it.
Yeah, pause, time out for a second, because I'm sure I'll have to cut this. When you said
34 minutes, 32 seconds.
when you
Like
said
5 minutes.
about the warring factions or whatever, what were they? Elves and
You don't know, you did it right now.
I can't remember either.
I don't know.
Elves and dwarves,
Gnomes.
elves and gnomes. I was like the blood elves and the crypt gnomes. That's why I started chuckling to myself.
I didn't even think about that.
Okay, while we're cut, what the hell are we doing in Maple Dock Games? I don't remember.
We're getting what's his face out of jail.
That's right, but that's like we just learned that. We're going to Maple Dock before that to get on a ship. for
Everybody
some
has
reason.
their own reasons for going.
Yeah. Okay.
You have acquired, I don't know if you remember, if you were down,
Yeah.
Cable alerted you to some
That's right.
pretty significant
My
information.
bugbear.
Oh
slave.
yeah, the slaves.
Originally, you were going to go there to try and talk,
To get somebody to bring bugbears from my homeland back here.
like to
But now
do
I know
your
that
job
bugbear
as a
slaves.
dip.
Yeah. Okay.
An
Okay.
ambassador.
I
You're also
was
trying to
just-
procure
Yeah.
trading
Yeah,
routes
okay.
for the Bugbear Nation.
Yeah, because I did that in.
But I would say at this
Yes.
point,
Yeah,
you,
track down.
Yeah.
Craeloth as a character,
I'm looking for the slaves now.
yeah, it's like,
Okay, I remembered that, but I wasn't
It was
sure
really
if there was
cool.
something in addition to that. Okay.
because when I was thinking about that, when Robert dropped it on you, that was awesome for me because I was going to have to do it at some point, but it was cooler that he
Yeah,
dropped
yeah,
it.
okay.
So, yeah, so now Robert kind of pushed
Yeah.
that in your direction. So.
Okay, sorry. Been a day. just making sure
And
now.
go! So,
Continuity. Might as well start with me laughing again.
yeah, there we go. Keep it together.
You were going to ask us about your brother.
Oh yes, my brother Ultio traveled with you all for a while.
He was there.
A little while,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
He was skulking in the shadows.
for about a day.
Did he say where he was going? What he was doing?
I think he was with us out of convenience.
I think he was just trying to figure out how he got here because he just kind of appeared like above the bar and he fell.
I would imagine in the same manner I did.
There wasn't as much water, but yeah.
You two roll me a perception check as you're kind of listening to him talk.
Natural one.
14. I was
Um,
almost another natural
doing
20.
great.
Dang, Trav.
I know.
Now, 14. You see the key, two now, dangling from his chest. They look oddly similar to what Ultio had. But besides that, and him being a triton, there's no resemblance between the two.
You're gonna have to start sending me texts. I forgot all about the keys.
Start updating this
Yeah.
before
Yes.
you play. Okay.
Remember, you have this.
Yeah. I vaguely remember what the keys were about.
He had, Ultio had one.
One.
One key.
See, when the episodes come out, I can watch those before I
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, your brother had one of those keys that looks like what you have. I mean, other than that, he had a nasty looking scar, but I don't know much. I don't know a whole lot much else about it.
Lord, that's new. Did it look fresh?
It didn't look great.
No, but yeah, it was weird. I'm pretty good at healing and medicine, but it kind of, I don't know, it just was weird to me.
The scar is definitely new. We had a
All over his face and his back.
kerfuffle. The back was for me. I attacked the captain of his ship so I could return Ultio home. And Well, Ultio apparently has more allegiance to him than he does to his family. Because the attack ended in me putting a pretty nasty wound across his back.
You're attacking to help save the bugbears?
Yes. He was working on a slave ship.
Tell me
Nasty
again,
business.
do you have any idea where they're at?
In the middle of the ocean.
Any land nearby?
You would know that the Isles of Satonia.
They were near the Isles of Satonia.
That's right. Okay.
We need
And
to
you're
find
pretty
that
familiar
ship.
with that.
I would imagine that's where my brother is. He's at the very least attempting to return.
Harpina is saying she'd go with us. We could go through Manola Wale Jungle. I don't think I have any reason to go there. If you're looking for your brother to help finish the fight, I'm with you. I want to save the bugbears.
I'm not a pirate anymore. I was going to say,
You still might have a pirate background. Based on your role, you weren't as much as... You were more of just a sailor, not the evilness of a pirate.
It sounds like your people need some help. That might be where we start.
That's what I would need to do. If you all would love to come with me, then I would appreciate your help.
I need you to make me one promise.
Anything.
Not necessarily no harm should come to my brother, but we can't kill him. I need to return him to my father.
As long as justice is done to him and my people are freed, what you do with your brother is your business.
I
I
can
can't say
promise you.
it won't come to a fight. I will
Oh,
defend
yeah.
us.
Well, I mean, obviously, I put a giant sword slash across his back.
As long as that's understood.
Yeah.
I need to send a letter when we get to Maple Dock, but
Yeah.
other than that, I'm fine.
I'll need to get some good armor. But then I'm ready.
So the night goes on.
While we're camping, I would like to go to Cortland
Mhm.
and pull out those two stones, the white and red one, and just see if we can discern what they are.
Okay.
With his help.
So you approach him. He's over there just messing through his spell book. You see
Yeah.
him like tracing geometric shapes in the air.
Cortland,
Hey, Violet.
do you remember those two stones, the white and red ones that you tried to identify them, but you couldn't figure out what they were?
Yeah, strange magic. Something I've never been exposed to before.
Do you want? I would really like to know what they did.
Well,
if you could
Yeah, let's
help.
set him out. Let's try. He kind of sets out some of his components and builds his normal identification thing. But instead of casting identify, it's kind of like he's just going through the motions, and then he sets. You give them to him.
Yeah.
So he sets them down. And he tells you to sit across from him. He's like, "You're sensitive to arcane, correct?"
I know quite a bit about magic. Mine's more of the holy magic.
Let's like try to put our minds together to come up with what this is. And so basically I'm just going to add his roll an arcana check and we'll add his modifier to it.
Mine's a 14. It's 10 plus 4 for me, whatever it is.
All right, hang on, I got to look. So you can add 4 more.
So that's an 18.
Or wait, he might be proficient in it. Hang on.
He's
Also,
a wizard. He's pretty
our
good chance he's
characters
proficient in
Plus
Arcana.
7.
Oh.
So that's a 21.
I
21.
started using a new app, so I may update our characters for a third time.
Do it.
But there's this posterized thing you can do. Oh no, I think it looks dope.
He as you both sit down and you see his eyes kind of they like you're trying your best to understand it, and this is just magic you've never seen before. It's what the images that run through your mind is of fire, of like white smoke, a volcano, things that just random images of things that you know what they are, but there's no sense being made. And then you kind of shake out of it, and you look up at Cortland, and Cortland's eyes have been glazed over, one white and one red to match the stones. And his eyes are, then it just fades away, and he looks at you. He's like, I don't know what these are, I don't know what they do, but I think they're draconic, old draconic, some sort of dragon magic from days past. We'll have to get in touch with it. Maybe Master Kiray would know and be able to identify these.
Yeah, I mean, I would
I
love
have to
meet
send him
him.
a message anyway, so I'll include that if you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at least I can tell him now that it's something draconic, or what I'm gathering is draconic magic from the days of old. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Glad to make some progress.
Yeah, more so than yesterday. I had it set at 20. I should have made it 25.
With my deflect missiles thing, can I just do that without a key point?
It's a reaction.
I mean, that's fine. I was just
You
kidding.
can catch it, you can't throw it back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
That's,
use a key
I
point.
didn't know if I was reading it right. I just wanted to make sure.
Monks and rogues.
Man.
What's it? Oh, see, I done told Hunter, me being a monk with the martial arts thing,
It's gonna be fun.
get a little bit racy at the drop of a hat without me meaning to. Yeah, exactly. That's
You're in for a good time. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss before?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stare at my gem. You know, I have no idea what I'm doing with it, so I'm gonna take it over to Cortland after our, because
Are you laughing at the same
since
time?
you're
He's a walking identifier.
since you're identifying stuff, I got something else.
I was laughing at him saying I'm going to stare at my gem,
Yeah.
and then doing like this.
Harpene sees. Well, she sees this happening, and she kind of lurks over, and she's just kind of watching. Cortland takes it out, sets it down to identify it, and he looks up at you, and he's like, "This. I've seen similar, not the same construction,
Mhm.
but similar magic essence of things. They call them soul stones. I don't really know much about soul stones, but this is strangely complex in nature."
I'm still trying to understand it myself.
Harpene says, "What would you like to know, Craeloth?
You know it all, dude.
I know a lot about this."
Why,
Our pennies the
when I
secret.
focus on it and summon an echo, is Hummerth, a shade of Hummerth, is what I see.
What was Hummerth to you?
He was my sensei.
Your first.
First.
She winks.
Uh,
No, I'm kidding.
it wasn't that kind of a relationship.
Hummerth gifted you this, yes?
Yes.
Yes. I don't want to be the one. I don't want you to be mad. Hummerth chose you to succeed him. And if Hummerth is in your soul stone, it means Hummerth's no more.
So Hummerth he's gone.
Physically, yes.
So this soul stone, his soul is inside.
Yes.
So he's not dead, but he's not alive. Or is that kind of getting into a debate that we don't have time for?
I don't. As an operative of the Wreath, we crafted those stones. Well, I didn't. Personally, the flower mothers did. Basically, spirit placers were deployed. There was about 20 or so of those stones made. And each and every one of them are in the world at somewhere, some point, serving some purpose. And spirit placers become senseis to chosen pupils, and they pass on the essence of the weave. You've been chosen by Hummerth For what he saw in you, I do not know. But they say the essence will tell him. So eventually, the essence will tell you to choose a pupil.
And then eventually, in the stone.
Your soul will be in the stone. Unless you don't choose a pupil, and then your soul is lost forever.
Sounds worse.
I don't really know what happens. You know, I can talk to souls sometimes. Never talked to one that didn't make it back in the stone that was a spirit placer.
Can you talk to Hummerth?
Only through you. It's your soul stone.
So you help me talk to Hummerth?
Yeah. I casted, or I made the Dine with Eternity potion that you drink in my cottage. That wasn't really my cottage, by the way. I don't know who lived there before, but they were extremely messy. I couldn't find evidence of life at all, so made it my own.
Got ate by spiders.
How long were you there?
4 months, maybe. Yeah, I think that you need to visit. You need to visit Echo.
Where is Echo?
Echo is an island within the Manola Wale jungle, in the middle of the Urutokomale Lake. These elves with their big words.
Gesundheit.
I'll spell
You
that for
remember
you.
when we
Just
were
put the
talking
link.
about names?
Son, Mom, I love words. And
Obviously.
the longer the better.
Have you looked these up? Say it again?
Urutokomale.
Sounds foreign.
I just put a bunch of scribbles.
I select cultures for areas of the world, and then based on what culture is there, that's kind of how I get the names.
So what's that mean in English?
I don't know. One of you guys might can tell me.
Might want to look that up. Oh, it's
Yeah,
not a real word, is it?
I don't think so. But
I have a mission of greater urgency, but I will try to eventually make my way there.
just at some point, I believe it would do you well to learn of what Hummerth has gifted you. Most senseis explain this. Did he not have a chance?
No. I had to leave on a kind of in a quick way.
I see. So your training was incomplete.
You could say
Enough to where he gave you the soul stone, but not. He wasn't
that.
able
He
to give you.
always said I had natural ability.
Yeah.
That's how I learned to summon this echo without knowing what was going to happen.
The essence. Has it spoke to you yet?
Not sure.
You have to contact it. It'll do you well to meet. At some point, you need to venture to the echo.
Keep this in mind.
Yeah, it'll do you well, and hopefully I'll still be there.
First, I have a mission for my people.
Fair enough. Family first. I agree.
I will keep you in mind, though. Hopefully, our paths will meet again.
I'm sure they will. And then she walks away. Cortland's like, shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool,
Yeah,
man.
We learned a lot of stuff just now.
Yeah.
So, are you decided where you want to go yet?
No. I might follow her.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know. I've got to listen to Master Kire. There's a
Yeah.
lot Cortland wants to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot Master Kire wants Cortland to do.
Yeah.
We'll see. Huh.
I will.
Is there anything else you guys want to do? So as you're getting ready to bed down for the night, let's see. What do I want to do? As you guys are rolling out your bed rolls, the campfire's kind of cracking and popping. Najard's snoring. Cortland's like trying to pull his pillow over his ears because Najard's so loud. Harpene has like druid crafted herself a hammock. Duma's just sitting by the fire, kind of staring into it. She said, I'll get first watch. I don't trust the halflings at this point. So she just kind of watches. Violet, as you are kind of fluffing up your stuff, a familiar voice enters your mind. Violet, it is Mother Guthrie. It has been almost a week since I've checked in, and I am curious about your well-being. I hope that you have been able to find the book you were sent to find. You recognize this as you can respond. She's done this to you before, so.
Okay.
But you got limited words.
There was a slight hiccup.
You two will see Violet talking to the air, but go ahead, sorry.
Made a stop in Follyfield. I'm on my way to Maple Dock now.
I see. Well, it seems our adversaries are still ahead of us by at least a step. This game of chess with the Duran Dukes is beginning to become more interesting. There's a pause, and
What
then
was that last word you said? Duran Dukes?
Duran
D-U-R-A-N.
Dukes. And you haven't heard this before. And then the next message starts. I'll have you know, I've yet to hear from your lost sister Qual. Have you seen her?
No.
Is that all you say in response? You got 25-ish words, so it's up to you. Message comes in. She is definitely her own kind of person. I wish she would have checked in by now. I know the search for the book has went dry, but I need to inform you that there has been a disturbance in the city of Norgel. There's a pause. Then another message comes in. The High Priestess at the temple there has reported Duke activities within the city's political powers. It seems as if our adversaries have uncovered a relic that belonged to the fallen god Cyric. Sorry guys, I'm dumping all kinds of info. I didn't know he's going to research the stone either. So, and it seems like she's. A message doesn't come in for a few more. Like she's waiting on you to say something.
Hold on.
I'll hand you this. I'll hand you this page whenever it's over, so you'll have all this stuff.
Do you need me to check on it? I've met a group of, I would almost call them friends. We've been through a bit, but they seem to have some pressing matters.
Very well, Agent. I am commissioning you to go there, Violet, at your earliest chance. I am hoping that you can thwart whatever plan the Duran Dukes have in place within the capital city. Pause. Then another message comes in. Also, I'm hoping this leads you on in your search for the book. It seems they are always close to it.
There's something about that book. If anyone goes pursuing it, there'll need to be more than one agent sent.
Was it the darkness?
I believe so.
Well, my daughter, it seems the darkness follows you closely. Beware the shadows and follow the light. May Rhea watch over you, take care in Norgel, and I hope to hear from you soon. And then there's no more messages that come. What do you guys want to do? As for bedding, camping arrangements.
I'll just sling my bedroll out. So I'll do them. I'll take second watch.
So there's 3 watches. So.
I'll take third watch. I assume.
I'll stay up with Duma.
Okay. So Duma's kind of sitting over looking at the fire. The rest of you go to bed. Who wants to roll a d20?
I will.
I'd like to have a conversation with Duma at some point.
Yeah, that'll happen.
A D20, you say?
Yes. I just kind of want to know what's going on.
A 19.
No.
Oh, I should have rolled
freaking
big
way.
boy.
You rolled a 19?
Oh, do we get to fight fight something?
No.
Ancient black dragon.
That's fine. I just want to fight something.
Maybe we found a bunch of gold.
Okay. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting.
So we get to fight something tomorrow?
You'll see.
Oh, we're fine.
It's gonna be interesting. That's all I know.
Now what? Do we just take
1 in 20 chance, and you rolled a natural 20 and a 19. That's been the 2 rolls you all have made for the travel table.
Well,
You told me the other day that a 19 was.
Oh no! I didn't tell you, I just said it'll be interesting, and it is very interesting.
TPK.
No, I just didn't
Warp
think
the
this was.
timeline.
This is awesome. Okay. Doom is sitting by the fire. Everyone else is going to sleep.
Oh no, my belly's sweating and it's got my shirt wet.
We don't have climate control out here yet. We're working on it. It's kind of warm, so don't judge for sweaty pits and bellies.
My pants are sweaty. That's my underbelly. You know that part that hangs over the belt line?
We're a bunch of hillbillies.
I wasn't talking like that. Well,
Okay, back
I
to
was
the
not speaking like that.
Back to the game.
Doom, is everything okay?
Violet, I believe I have slipped up and Craeloth and yourself has asked if Brig of Tuscadar is my brother, and that is it. Was I drunk when I slipped this out?
I mean, you may have had a few, but
Captain Alfie Docilis is an alias for Brig of Tuscadar.
I figured that out.
Kind of thought you did. And Craeloth heard it too.
Right.
I wonder if you said you encountered Legion.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know the story of Brig of Tuscadar?
I recalled a little, but
During the apex of the Legion's control, they were led by a group of dark clerics and paladins under the god Erathis, so they claimed. And they used propaganda and was able to fuel the oppressed orcs from the ribs, fueling their war chiefs with visions and guarantees of power and wealth and all of these things to become a part of the Legion. Brig obeyed this for a long time. They raided the coast of Stamrin, the coast of Norgeland. They fought deep into Stamrin, all the way to the keep where the Atheling sits. But their mentality was all shall die. There was no women, children, elderly, nothing left. Towns burned to the ground. Everywhere they went, they took the wealth, took the animals, killed and burned the rest. My brother is soft-hearted. Confused to why the Legion wanted to operate this way. Instead of just earning their freedom back, that was what they wanted. Wealth to be established nation amongst the rest in Manola. And then it started taking darker and darker turns until there was a group of sympathizers within the Ribs that began to question the Legion's authorities. Brig was commissioned to go to our home of Tuscadar and burn it to the ground. Same mentality, kill all, take the wealth, burn the rest. Brig convinced his orc brothers, especially the ones from the town, his brothers, and not really blood, but within his troop, to revolt against the Legion. He was so smart. He found ways to get messages to the king, King Alexander, Matthias' dad. He found ways to get messages to him to let him know when and where the Legion was attacking or where the weakest point was. Became known as a betrayer to the Legion and hunted. And then he supposedly, Brig of Tuscadar, disappeared into the Manola jungle to never be seen again. Reality, he was able to take an altered form of an elf. Or half-elf. I don't really remember what you call it.
You may want to get that ironed out.
It's not that. I just need to choose one. It's really what he looks like, but I don't know which it is. I'm not good at identifying all this. I don't even know who helped him alter himself. But whoever did, I mean, you just wait till you see him. And you'll see what I mean.
Does he look like me?
Partly. He's kind of... It's like you couldn't take his entire orcish stature away. But he has, the pointy ears and the narrowed eyes. But he's still big as an orc. Or a half-orc. So it's... I don't know.
Half orc, half elf?
Maybe. You'll see. He's a good person. And he's being persecuted at every turn. But the ribs fought hard against the Legion. But eventually they were quelled. So, squashed. Many of our family have passed away. But, I feel like eventually he wants to return to finish the Legion off. The Stammering army eventually pretty much crushed the Legion. But it's hard to kill a mindset versus a populace. The Legion's mindset doesn't just pertain to orcs anymore. It echoes throughout all races. And there's such a high bounty on Brig. He had to. And he has to lay low. I don't know what his desires are, and I don't know why he's in trouble now, but I'm worried. Especially you encountering the Legion this close to where he is. He's been down here for years, just running ships back and forth from here to the Broken Plains or here to Norgeland and back, trying to lay low. But I saw that you realized I was probably lying, and then I'm not good at lying.
I'm not very good at lying either. It's okay.
He had asked for me to keep it, secret, to only address him as Alfie Docilis. I don't even know why he chose that name, but it said someone he knew.
Do you feel better?
I'm glad that you know. I'm glad I can talk freely. Putting a lot of trust in you, Violet.
There's not a whole lot I can do with the information. I'm not gonna go and try and take him back to the Legion. Especially, it sounds like they're not the best people.
I think it was a good initiative. And then I don't know why there was such a dark turn. I don't know.
There's a lot of things start out good, but then the masses get a hold of it and twist it to what they want it to be.
Yeah. I'm almost over this chartering business. I wanna see what he has planned once we get him out. He's never stolen in his life. Anything. He gives more than he steals. So it's strange that this is his accusation. I think there's more to it.
He may have been framed.
That's what my gut says.
I know for a lot of things that we've talked about, we're going to need to travel across the ocean. And if we can get a famed captain on our side, that would help out a lot. Especially if he has a ship.
That part is strange. So Brig doesn't have any money. He didn't have any money when he got here, but he knew how to sell. He was an admiral for the Legion. He led many raids. Smart. Knows everything to know about a ship. Of all sizes. He doesn't own one. But he claims that there's one in the harbor that no one owns. Legitimately.
Sounds like an opportunity.
It does sound like an opportunity. It's just, if you steal a ship from a city, and it's within the kingdom of Stamrin, the kingdom of Stamrin is massive. Recently the Broken Plains have pledged allegiance to Stamrin. The Wolfthorn Valley pledged allegiance to Stamrin. The kings and lords of Norgeland have pledged allegiance to Stamrin. So their empire stretches farther than it ever has. And it worries me that if his name is on their record books for doing something of that nature, anytime we encounter Stamrin, they'll know. They're wanted ledgers. It won't even be Brig anymore because Alfie Docilus will be a wanted person.
And if nobody owns the ship,
I think it has an owner who has stolen it, but on the papers, he owns it. You see what I'm saying? It's illegitimately owned.
I got
He says he knows more. He just needs to ensure that his trial doesn't get him locked away forever.
We'll figure out more when we get there.
Yeah, I think so. I think that there's going to be an investigation that will have to take place.
We'll go a long road tomorrow. We better get some rest.
Yeah, and then she'll wake up Craeloth, right? Second watch.
Mm-hmm.
And you all go to sleep. Najar will wake up, kind of sit with you. Starts shuffling through his bag and he finds this old piece of looks like a meat stick. He puts it in the fire. Want a bite?
Sure.
Rabbit jerky.
Yeah.
It's a little better if it's warm. Not like mine burnt on the edges.
Take mine a little more rare.
I'll break you off some now. He takes it out of the fire with his hand. Breaks it off. It's pretty hot, but his hands are all calloused and just seems he's done a lot of woodworking in his past. And he's sitting there. Ambassador.
Yep.
Never seen a bugbear ambassador that didn't want to, well, if that's what you call yourselves nowadays, they didn't want to, take off me head.
Yeah, that's the problem I got. No one takes us seriously. My people just want peace.
I think some of your people want peace, not all.
Yeah, my kin,
Yeah.
they've given us a bad name. The people from my homeland, we're civilized. We want peace. We want to farm. We want to live a good life. But we're also large in stature. We can fight if we need to. That was the deal I worked out with Fallout Fields, but I think that's kind of null and void now. So I'm starting over again. That's my mission.
I will be highly surprised if you find any help within the Barley Sea.
Starting to see that.
Yeah.
I knew they had food and they needed protection. That's why I came here.
Yeah, they're garbage people. Halflings. You need to go to the dwarves.
The dwarves, would
Yeah.
they have use for my people?
Oh yeah, dwarves. Do you people brew?
We could learn. We're more intelligent than you think.
The fact that you could carry a lot more hops, a lot more rye, that's our problem. If we could carry more things, we can make more ale.
So you could use a large person who can carry a lot.
Well, not me, but I'm sure you could find someone within the conclave to...
Do dwarves hate bugbears? Do they have any prejudice?
We killed them all on our lands, but that's been many years ago, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure they deserved it. The bugbears.
Well, yeah, they raided our people.
were bandits. These bugbears would be.
They would
outlaws.
eat baby dwarf children. What were we supposed to do?
I can't blame you there. My people don't eat babies.
With their little green friends.
The bugbears from Furbolgia do not eat babies.
Well, you'd be the first I've ever heard of it, but I like you. Some.
Thanks. It means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, first bugbear to not kill me, and I ate dinner with him.
As I said, civilized. Pretty good rabbit.
It's kind of old. Probably had it a week or more. I don't
The heat
know.
helped.
Yeah. Are you staying up?
Yeah.
I'm going back to sleep. See you in the morning.
Thanks for the food.
You're welcome. You want more?
I'm good.
He pops out of his flask and turns it up, takes a big chug, and like squeezes. I'm trying to get every drop out. Damn it.
Gotta restock and get the maple dog.
Yeah. There's a tavern there called the Yipper's Yell. Me and Duma.
She mentioned it.
Yeah. If you become a loyal patron, you get a yellow sash. And you're known to the town as a Yipper.
Seems like a high.
You gotta say it with that accent or they get offended. Yipper. Say
Yeah.
it.
I wouldn't do it justice yet. Maybe when I earn my sash.
You get an orange sash if you go to the, what do they call that place? The last step.
You just go there.
Well, I don't know how you become. All I know, I've drank a lot of ale at the Yippers and they gave me a yellow sash.
Just high honor then.
Yes,
Najard, where do your people? Where are you from?
I'm from the Hands.
The Hands. What's the? Is it? Can you farm there? Can you grow food?
Yeah,
Is there land aplenty?
yeah. I'm from a farming village it's called the Varlands. We grow lettuces and onions.
Keep that in
Farm
mind.
the rams, the sheep. Yeah, the Varlands. The hands stretch out above the spine of the world, and they're home to all. The initial home to all dwarves. Moradin, the Allhammer, forged us out of the mountains. From the capital, Stone Shield Borough. And you probably would with your. There. I believe if you presented yourself in this manner, the dwarves could find use for your people.
You would work for our place. As we said, we just want peace. We want to live a good life.
Yeah.
We can't find that in our home now.
When you get there, tell them Najard of the Varlands, House of the Ram, has sent you. That'll at least not get you killed. Can't guarantee much past that. But they'll at least, not cut your head off or lop it off as soon as you dock.
As long as they can listen to me, give me a fair chance to explain, that's all I can ask for.
I gave you information. Let me hear you say Yippa.
Yep.
Yes! He rolls over. Goes to sleep.
Alright, good night then.
Second watch goes by. No issues. Third watch, Cable.
Pick up the cable.
Cortland wakes up.
Which one's Portland?
Cortland Taylor.
I was like, yeah. Portland Finnegan.
He's the wizard.
Okay. You're a wizard.
Yes, I am, Cable. Not yet, according to Master Kirei, but I believe my abilities are good. Do you agree?
No.
You don't agree with me or the Master.
Do I agree? I thought you asked if I drank.
Do you agree
That you're not a wizard?
that my abilities are honed? I'm good.
I don't know. Have I seen you in a fight?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know.
Your brother did.
Did he though, or was he just lurking around the edges?
Well, I don't know. He was there, and then he wasn't there, and then he was there again, and then he climbed into a box and hid from Harpine. I don't know why. And then he took out a little knife and carved a hole. And then he was peering out the hole, and she knew he was there the whole time. And he got pissed when she found out, or when he found out that she knew. Anyway, quite funny, I think.
My brother's an odd one.
Yeah. I like you much more. He seemed to only care about gold.
He only cares for himself.
Well, I guess I'm an only child, so maybe not having a brother is not so bad.
It has its ups and downs.
I heard you say you wanted to take him to your father. Is your father a good man? Ultio just needs to be brought round.
Ultio needs to stand trial for his crimes in his homeland. Not up here with you. Didn't know what you were doing. Not up here with you, land walkers.
Landwalkers. Oh. Do you love your brother?
With all my heart.
Cause I saw you ask to make sure he isn't killed, harmed, whatever, but not
Oh no, he can be harmed. Just not killed.
right. You remind me of an old story of two gods who couldn't get along. One was full of mischief and the other full of justice. Kind of. But they loved each other but hated each other all the same sense. Two different mindsets, always conflicting.
Family is family.
It would make a good story. Well, what if he's not where you think he is?
I don't know where he's at. I'm guessing.
I kind of want to follow just to see what happens. I still have questions I wanted to ask him, but he was never around for me to ask. Yeah, anyway.
A rapscallion, that one.
Rapscallion. Yes, he was. So the rest of the night goes on, no issues, and you all wake the next morning.
Long rest.
Yeah, long rest complete. Duma's fixing the cart, getting everything situated. You all get back on it and then head back down the trail.
To find out what that 19 was about.
You all progress through majority of the day. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh.
Everybody's moving.
Which one of these do I add to perception?
22.
Hold on.
18.
23.
Dang.
Perception all around.
Perceptive bunch.
We all have our eyes open. We had a good night's rest.
About probably several feet up into the sky. I would say,
Feet.
well, it's a long way, I guess. Really, where would this be?
600.
It can be in feet. I just don't think several.
Yeah,
is
several
Yeah.
not the appropriate.
a good modifier. for
Probably 2,000, 3,000 feet up in the air.
Oh.
You see a black speck.
Uh-oh.
that. I have no idea.
Go kick its ass.
And it's coming in your direction, getting larger.
And we all see it?
It's not coming down toward you necessarily, but just staying at its same pace, flying. Your cart is going straight forward down the beaten path, and this thing's coming the opposite direction, 2,000 to 3,000 feet over your head.
And it's not.
Can we tell if it's
down.
noticed us?
This is-
Hostile
It's.
from this distance?
I mean,
With my 23 perception?
It doesn't look like a creature.
Hmm.
Just killed your soul, didn't I? Doesn't look like a creature, but more of a structure.
Hmm.
Gust of wind don't go 3,000 feet.
Darn it.
It only goes
Dang D&D, it's
60.
wimpy feet levels. But as it continues to go over your head, it's stonework.
Sounds like a coffee pot boiling.
No, what's up with that thing?
I think it's supposed to be horse.
I think so too, but like,
It's not hardly that.
do you hear that?
There we go.
Sounds like a coffee pot boiling to me. Ooh.
It's there's parapets and there's ballista
It's a
And-
flying castle.
and there's
Is that a parapet?
kind of, if it was like a circle
Okay,
with like where archers would hang out
continue.
at. There's a castle door mounted on the front with chains. The structure is all stonework all the way around, the 4 parapets on each side.
It's going to be much harder now, but I still think we can take it.
And it is black cobblestone in nature. It is moving at a brisk pace, far up over your head. Passes onward, goes on by you, disappears in the distance.
How close was it at its closest point?
It never came lower, so it was still pretty far up in the sky. But you all saw it.
We saw what direction like it was going toward.
So you all are going in like a southern direction towards Maple Dock, and I guess I could leave that map up
Yeah.
for everyone else to see. You all are going like a southern direction towards Maple Dock from Follyfield. I know the words are kind
I
of
see it.
skewed.
I see Maple Dock.
And it was going directly north
Back.
towards the Frosty Peaks.
What was that? Was that flying castle?
Did you all see that?
Looks like a flying castle.
Never seen so much stonework move that far in all my life.
That was
That
definitely
yard.
arcane.
Which one was that?
Was that
Talking?
the yard?
Cortland is not. Monster Kirai's gonna love this. He starts writing down like what he saw.
I want to get it. I don't like that it's gone already.
Harpina, have you ever seen anything like this?
No, and I've been alive a long time. No, I have not. Wow. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Maybe we'll see it again one day.
The fact that we know it exists. I wonder what we can do.
I can't do anything.
Maybe we can ask.
Who?
Somebody will know. We're not the only people that's ever seen it, surely.
Maple Dock's a pretty big city. Maybe somebody there will know.
We should at least inquire.
Maple Dock.
The rest of the day goes on as normal. You all make it. As you all stop to set up camp for the second night, Duma kind of looks at her map. She unrolls the map of the Barley Sea. And she's we should get there about midday, maybe more towards the evening tomorrow. We'll be at the city of Maple Dock.
No bandits or anything.
Y'all rolled a not to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance.
Somebody else roll this time.
Depends on what you roll.
So if we roll another 19, will the castle come back? No.
I have it changing. It changes.
He thought of that.
It would be new. There's another one.
But I will let you guys know that now that you have crossed that through, I didn't know. I mean, this table's good for a long time in the campaign. So now that you've already earned past that piece of it, the next piece will be more interesting if you roll its number. So it's going to get. You had to get past this piece to get.
Is
to
this
the next
related
piece.
to the thing Ultio found?
What did Ultio find? Oh, the bean.
The what?
The bean or whatever it was.
The golds.
Oh, the little gold stone.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I guess it. Well, he didn't
We're
even tell me, so
Yeah.
Meta talking or whatever it's called.
we'll never know now. Ultio's gone.
You're unaware. So no, you wouldn't have seen.
Yeah,
it.
this is out of character.
But so you make up camp, same as before. I'm not gonna make you guys do watches. Nothing's gonna happen overnight.
Of course it's not.
Is there any extra conversation or anything that you all want to have before moving on to the next day?
Yes.
You're gonna shout for bandit because that was my band. Bandits!
Combat horniness.
That's what I forgot.
Bandits were over here! A bunch of elderly, decrepit men with lots of gold!
Put the mustache up. Put the mustache.
I would like to get all of them together, and I've not been 100% truthful. Not that I've lied. I kind of omitted some details. But do y'all know about Boss Day?
Harpene says, "You finally gonna tell him, Violet?"
I figured since we were traveling quite a ways together, it was only right. I was there with some people from the monastery, setting up a temple, and people. I'm part of the group that likes to look for ancient relics, rare artifacts, just old things. We like history. Anyway, while we were there, the city was attacked by the undead, and I'm assuming it's the same undead that attacked the village of Follyfield while we were there. But yeah, they may still be after us. We may have lost them, I don't know, but I just wanted to be honest.
Think they're still coming?
There was a lot of them when I left Boss Day after me. I ran for a day. I don't know. It all kind of blurred together, but
That Jordan's like, "Is that why you're all? Is that why you was all beat up when we found you?"
yeah, I'd been running for a while.
Duma's like, "My child, are you okay?"
I'm fine. I don't want to put you all in any more danger than we already are. But compared to the force that attacked Boss Day, what happened in Follyfield was nothing. So I assume the farther we get away from the main group, the safer we are.
What happened to your companions?
I'm assuming they were killed. I don't know. I don't know why I was spared. But yeah. It was a long night.
Glad you're okay. Where's Boss Day?
Boss Day.
Sure, my glasses. Yeah, okay. I found milkweed or whatever.
If you can look and see,
No.
I can't make it any bigger.
Oh, 2 maps.
What in the world?
You reversed it.
Oh,
There you go.
Boss Day is right here. In this
Okay.
area.
Where are we at on that big map?
It's north of Bill
Right here.
Why would undead attack?
That, I'm not 100% sure. I have some theories. You see, in Boss Day, there was rumored to be an ancient text. I don't know exactly what it was, but I was sent there to retrieve it. And I had found it, but I couldn't get it open. It was locked somehow. And then I was blindsided, and next thing I know, there's just attacks of undead. I fought my way out of town, and I just ran.
There's something you need back there.
I mean, I would still like to get that book, but that just seems like an afterthought. Just the amount of undead there was more than an army can handle.
Is it on our way to Maple Dock?
No, quite the opposite direction.
What if we get to Maple Dock, procure a ship, me and Cable going towards Satonia, but maybe we can pass by there.
I don't know if that would be necessary. I've spoken with a mother from the monastery, and she gave me some new orders.
Oh,
But we have to help your people.
you to come with us?
Yeah, I would like to.
We appreciate your help.
I don't like to see people oppressed.
People have had a bad rap.
The half-elf were oppressed for a long time. Nothing like what you've gone through, I'm sure, but yeah, I wasn't affected by it, but my generations before were. So.
Very noble. Thank you.
But,
Well, if you'll help me with my quest, then I'll help you with yours.
yeah.
The Jard says, "Well, damn, that got right dramatic. Would you like some rabbit?
It's very good.
I'll fry this up. I'll make dinner on the dwarf tonight."
All right.
And he starts cooking.
Oh,
Yeah, it's always
bandits!
He offers
Coming out to go hunting some boots.
turnips, onions, cucumbers
Oh,
with
alright.
some rabbit. It's all like sautéed
And
kind
the
of.
smell of this food attracts wild, beastly animals.
And he offers you all plates.
Yes, please.
Your all's night goes well. Whichever of you take watches, nothing occurs. And then who wants to roll a d20?
Not me. I just got Magic Castle. Roll Bandit.
Roll band.
Zombies.
11.
And bandits attack.
Magic Castle.
Roll a d10.
Magic Castle!
Is it Magic Castle?
No, I've got one. I just don't know which one.
I want it to be bandits.
5.
And 15 bandits come out of the woods.
Roll a d4, a d8, and a d3.
Roll a d4.
Oh, God. We keep on rolling.
What kind of chart is this?
It's a
Flow chart.
It's a 3 pacer.
2.
I roll a D1.
1.
Roll a d100. Divide by the square root of 6.
What's the square root of 3?
2. No, nothing. It's a weird number. It's a decimal.
It's about to get mathematical.
Hold on, I'm fitting to Google it.
It's gonna be like 2.
What's the square
It's
root?
2 and some change.
Okay.
2.44948974278.
Write that down, Evan. Add that to your table.
That was the square root of 6.
It is early morning. The sun is yet to rise over the waving stalks of barley. Some of you are beginning to open up your eyes and rise.
I was on watch already. I take the last watch, remember?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Cable rolled 4 wisdom.
Oh wait, I gotta find perception again. 19. I think that is a 15, correct?
Yeah.
This is your campfire.
So I would be like over here.
You got that
Do
right.
you want to put the battlefield game on?
Yeah. Place where you would be.
Are we
Here's in the
awake
jar.
or no?
I'm just sitting. I'm sitting.
Are we
Cross-legged
laying down
in the
and
meditating.
standing up?
Y'all were asleep, remember?
Cortland.
He said I was waking up.
Everybody's kind of waking up, but you're not like jumping out.
I mean, we're not
bed.
prone. We're,
I'm not prone though, right?
Some of these people are.
I would say everybody's prone. Except me. Because I'm gonna go kill this thing before
Here
it up.
is Duma.
Man, I thought that was the pattern. There's 50 of us. You've got to have like 40 thieves. Prince of
With your perception check. In the distance, you hear what sounds like a then like the clicks of a dog or the howls. Not uncommon. But then another from the opposite direction. Then another from another direction.
What?
it's
I don't know what it is.
A mind flayer.
What do you do?
Is that a thing? Well, I don't. To me, this isn't normal because I live under
Yeah,
the
you're
ocean.
you're not necessarily spooked, but you're on edge.
I just start. Hey! Something's out there.
So you start waking everyone up. So he's waking up and then approaching quickly from different directions. You see
4 owlbears.
a bipedal, dark, not like a lightish color brown that has patches of it, kind of like spots in places that are black. At the mouths, you see, a pinkish red tongue fall out with foam forming, drenching the front of the canines. Their ears move in different directions, and it appears that they're making clicks and yips and howls to communicate with each other. And then emerging from the stalks in the nearby trees from behind them, 4 creatures, strangely dog-like, attack.
What's that knoll in WoW that everybody fights when they're human that decimates people?
What's a knoll?
Is it the Ripper?
Yeah, the Ripper or something. That's all I'm thinking about. Oh.
Are they werewolves?
Oh.
You're too
Can I be
weak.
a werewolf, Triton?
You're too weak to find a werewolf.
Oh.
Werewolf trap.
I want to be a werewolf.
gnoll.
now. What's a gnoll?
You keep saying it like that. That's how he thinks you say it.
I need you all to
Joke's on you. I'll
roll
forget.
initiative.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Man, I got the same thing.
That was a
Yeah,
roll. That
says
was
you
a
probably
roll.
have a better.
I won't. What I roll is what I roll.
25 to 20.
You might as well just ask us what we've got.
LOL. You're going to be going.
Hang on, I gotta roll for Harpin and Cortland.
I think they stay asleep the whole time.
Oh yeah? I think you're gonna want their help. Okay, because the 2015.
Oh, I got an 18.
18. Cable up first.
I'm so excited.
It's good for clerics to go last, right?
For fighters.
15 to 10.
Here for the tank to move in my house,
Harpene
right?
goes next.
You're still
10
laying
to 5.
down.
Are you serious? Cortland after her.
I'm gonna get my ass.
5 to 0.
4.
2.
Wow.
I've been rolling fire tonight, bro.
You really have. You want a new dice? You have one of mine.
I've alternated through a bunch. I'm gonna get my bag out here in a minute.
You want this one?
That one does not like me.
No.
I
It
thought
likes
was
me.
on that
We're
one.
moving to the chunky boy.
This
Can you
is
get
a
you a
very
chunky
generous
dice?
birthday
Yeah,
gift.
chunky.
One of the bipedal canine creatures has armor and a weapon.
Which one? I'm guessing this one back here with the one.
No,
Probably.
not
No, the other one.
Yeah,
he
that
looks.
was on me.
He looks to be. You know, a little bit better dressed, better figured up. Cable, you're up. What are you doing?
Let's go to Paunch.
That what, paunch?
Falcon.
Paunch.
Come on.
Oh, you know what's hilarious?
What's that?
Jumped it.
I'm proficient in charisma saving throws. Okay.
Oh really?
Yeah. Look at my.
I've got what, 60 feet, I think? 40
Mid
feet.
next.
Why did I think that was 60?
Yeah, that was that.
Do we got combat music? We just want to spit.
Oh yeah, I'll get some combat.
Wait, hold on. We'll wait for the combat music.
I'm alright with the spook.
I mean, spooky's fine. I just want to make sure.
It's better. 5, 15, 20. I can attack right there, right? Yeah, just go there. 25. And unarmed strike.
Roll to hit.
No. +2.
I got -1 strength. Oh, shit.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
That's a D4 times 2.
+2. Wait, is the
Plus
+2 double?
No, just the dice.
Oh, boo.
So,
Well, obviously, I want to do the flurry of blows.
well, hold on. Tip for this moment. This is the only one I'm going to do it with. Combat. If you crit, it's really good if you use the hand of harm.
Okay, I'm going to Hand of Harm.
Because it's after you hit, so it does an extra D4 plus your wisdom modifier.
So you
So 2D4.
So wait, let's just roll the damage first,
That's what.
which is this times 2, correct? This times
But
2.
your dice times
Well, you
2.
get two D4s because you're using hand of harm. It also uses a key point though. So
Wait, okay. Key point used.
okay.
Is the Hand of Harm double?
Yes.
Yeah, it's dice roll.
The dice roll of it is. So that's why you use it.
Using 2d4, you're doubling it.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Ooh.
14 plus 4, 18 damage.
Plus your. Oh, okay. You got it.
18 damage.
For this one.
Like 4 of that, or
One of those was necrotic.
yeah, one of them's necrotic. I don't know if that matters. If it does, I'll take the higher one and make it necrotic.
Is that bludgeoning damage?
I would assume so since it's a piss.
Some of it was. Some of that was necrotic. Some of it was blood.
How much
We'll
was
say
necrotic?
8 of it. How many did I have?
You had,
14
it was a
plus
3.
4.
You rolled a 3 and a 4.
Yeah.
So.
We'll say 8 of it was necrotic.
um,
10 of it was bludgeoning.
Okay.
Yeah, that math's up.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright. Got it. Okay. Anything else?
Wait, does the Hand of Necrotic
You
count
get
as, is that
that's
bonus action?
No.
Okay.
You just get to do it whenever you hit. If you want to. You have to spend if you want to do it. But you get a bonus action. Hit.
And I'd spend another key point.
Go for it.
He's going Nova, baby.
I can go for it. That's
Oh
what
no,
you
I'm
wanna do.
just spending another key point. to
You
take-
already get another attack
Oh, do I? I want to
you-
hit again.
because
Well,
of
yeah.
unarmed strike.
Wait, is that a bonus action though?
It does take your bonus action.
See, that's I was going to spend a key point to take the patient defense.
Okay, well you can do that.
Does that count? Like if when he attacks me?
Yes, that would give them disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't get the bonus.
No, I don't want to hit again. I want the patient defense thing going.
So dodge.
Dodge. We'll just do physical effect. Okay. Their turn. The one in front of you snarls as some of the foam falls out of his mouth.
The other thing looks dope.
And he lunges, takes a bite.
Hold on, I gotta find my AC. There it is.
At disadvantage. 15 to hit.
Yes, it hits. Well, that was a waste of a key point.
You like that the whole turn though, so something else tries to come attack.
Well, they have a long way to go to come attack me.
3 piercing damage.
Oh, I can handle that.
Dang, you're done.
Armor class.
Right. This one's gonna run up behind you, Violet.
Go for it.
This is the baddie.
Okay, hold on. If he's attacking me, I'm going to use. Go away. It's on here. Warding flare.
Okay. He's gonna try to hit you.
This doesn't affect him if he can't be blinded.
He can be bonded.
Okay, so this affects him.
Okay, what's it do?
He has disadvantage on the attack.
Okay.
It doesn't help.
Does a 10 hit?
Nope.
Miss. He tries to bite and bites into your armor. Alright. This one's going to
Kill off somebody. There's too many of us here.
roll someone. Hunter, roll me a d4. Craeloth's odds, Cortland's evens. Craeloth.
I don't know which one's which.
Craeloth, are you still down?
Yeah, I guess.
You just took yourself up.
I mean, I didn't know I was allowed to. I thought we were sleeping.
I'll give you the option since Violet got to stand up. You want to stand up?
I probably should. It's probably gonna end well, my number.
We'll say everyone was
Whatever
up.
you think is fair.
Well,
if you want us to lay down, I'm down with it.
I did shout a warning.
Yeah, you shouted. So
Alright.
everyone's
Alright.
alright. Alright, so.
Ooh.
23.
Yeah, it hits.
You suffer 5 points of piercing damage
And that's at 17.
as he bites into you. Dodges. You know, you're not wearing a ton of armor anyway. He grabs some of that bugbear meat,
Oh yeah.
rips some of it
It's
off.
out and about.
Did you
And
say
then-
bugbear feet?
Meat.
Oh.
Both.
Call back!
And
it's never just.
Mrs. Harpine.
The bugbear feet.
Harpine looks
Very
looks at
specific.
him, and you see her take out her quarterstaff, brings it out, and she goes. She says something in Elvish.
I don't know.
Wait. I know languages. I just
She
don't
speak
find it.
goblin. I'll hear it.
No.
Emissary,
I don't think that she was speaking Druidic.
Anyway, to those who do not speak Elvish, she says, "Somata kumitme."
I don't speak Elvish. That's what she
You
said.
hear her say, "Flowers give me strength," and then her quarterstaff, these vines just begin sprouting out around it. Some like leaves dance around. There's like this green aura that starts falling up the staff. She casts Shillelagh. And then she
Shillelagh!
swings.
Shillelagh.
Hit it with that stick.
Natural 20.
Oh!
Hey!
I just let you use your wisdom modifier instead of your strength, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
it's a
that's
27
pretty
to
good.
hit.
I mean, go for it. That's
She
magic, so I don't really care.
16 damage as she clocks it across the face.
Hey.
Okay, nothing.
What does Shillelagh do?
Buffs her weapon.
Okay.
Cortland's like, "Oh, I got you, Craeloth." Firebolt.
Okay.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! That's what everybody asks me if I do when I tell them I'm coming over here.
That's larger.
Yeah, I know. And then I have to explain to them what
Hits.
that is, and then I have to explain to them why I know what that is.
13 points of damage as the firebolt just buries into the side of it. These guys are a little higher level than you. Not by much, but a little bit.
That means we'll level up.
He obviously has a feat to do. Oh no, he's a mutation.
Which
Well,
one's
Firebolt,
Which
just a
one did
cancer,
shot a
doesn't have splash
fireball?
damage.
Did lightning bolt him
But
shoot
it
the
did
fireball?
14 damage.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Alright.
It's a D10.
Well, he's level 5, so it's
Oh,
Oh.
okay, never mind.
he's past level 5, so it's pretty easy.
Throw that out the
Dang,
way.
Cortland, don't fight Cortland.
I had to make I had to make some NPCs a little stronger, so you guys just didn't wax them.
This is me and Frank.
Wait, did you plan on us
I
fighting?
know every time y'all hit the table, it moves.
Well, there you are. A little bit.
Well, I was gonna.
Okay. Violet.
How hard as it is.
Yeah, you are.
This guy's right in my face, so I'm gonna conjure a spiritual weapon, come down and hit him in the back. And
Does this work on video game rules? Is that double damage? Behind it.
sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
If there was a we do flank damage, so if there was a actual person behind them, you would get advantage on the attack.
19 to hit.
It's
See, the reason I don't read up on anything is the
this
audience.
is considered magic damage, right?
This is 8 points of force damage.
Okay.
The audience needs somebody to connect with that's as lost as they are if they don't follow D&D.
8 points of
You
force
taking
damage.
that
Got
sacrifice.
8 points of force damage, and then
It's good of you to do that.
I will also,
That's my ship, the bear.
as I'm doing that with this hand, I'll use my hand to cast Sacred Flame. That's my action.
All right, dexterity saving throw.
Season one.
Clerics, man. Dang.
22.
Succeeds.
Okay.
No damage.
Duma and Najard aren't really fighters. They are more just like common citizens.
They're lovers, not fighters.
The character I'm going to play if my dude dies, I'm just a random farmer that just follows people.
I will not allow that.
Hey guys,
He'll die real quick, so we have to pick up something else.
Najard's like, comes and runs behind Violet, and Duma just backs up towards the fire. Back to talk. Cable.
Yeah!
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, you forgot
Craeloth, sorry.
Craeloth.
I'm gonna use my bonus action.
I'm assuming nobody else. You're not going to attack me, right?
Yeah, I'm going for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon my echo right next to this one with the armor and the weapon.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack through my echo. That's a natural 18 plus 6.
Hits.
My weapon is silver. So,
I was told they weren't werewolves.
Is the Echo's weapon silvered?
yeah, whatever my damage is, that whatever weapon is.
So the same
I'm
equipment and
assuming,
everything?
yeah, I'm assuming. I checked that out. I'm assuming it's the exact same.
Okay.
Because that would be weird. If you had a magic weapon, it would probably be the same. But
Right.
it's not the same.
I'll allow it.
Oh, thank you, Robert. So, that is, that's 11 slashing damage. And I will... Hold on a minute. I got a thing. I should have been prepared.
I mean, you were the only last one to
I
go.
know.
And then we tried to skip you.
Yeah.
And you acted all ready.
I'm going to unleash Incarnation to make another attack.
Okay.
That's a 12 plus 6, 18.
Hits.
That's 8 slashing.
8 slashing. Mega chunks. He's, I mean, you're just gashing deep into his muscles. Well, it's starting to... He still looks okay, though.
He was high. Oh, it's my turn now.
Cable, he's got some cuts and some wounds. He's hanging in there.
What does improvise mean?
That's like, you make up your own attack.
It's an action in combat. Improvise.
Like if you're wanting to do something like within the terrain, within the field, just whatever you make up.
It's
It
like-
might, I can say it charges an action or a bonus action.
That's like when you're doing yes and improv.
So, like, an improvise would be like, I want to run up him and do a backflip come in and then punch him in the face with like a Superman punch.
I mean, yeah, it would just make your. I would make you have additional checks for an attack action.
I think I'll just go with a punch.
I think that's a good idea.
Wait, if I hit the unarmed, if I don't hit the unarmed strike,
You still get
do I still get the second unarmed strike?
to do it as long as you try to.
16 plus 4, dirty 20.
It's
That's a D4. Come on, big money. That's 4 damage.
And it's bludgeoning.
okay.
4 bludgeoning. Correct. And then with my second bonus action unarmed strike, learning. 15.
Hits.
Yeah! We'll roll this screen when it rolled a 4 for me. That would be 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You're like, you feel like you're just punching the crap out of this guy, and he's just like, and he just looks at you kind of like a dog turns its head, like trying to understand.
Good to know I'm not doing a bunch of damage, but this is like it's a long man's game. He's not going to hit me back.
Playing the long game.
Yeah.
All right, it's their turn.
Good.
This guy over here, he lets out a different style, kind of like a yip, like a puppy yell. He's like, "Wah!" And all of the jackals in the area
Jackals.
kind of look in your all's direction.
And gain advantage.
Pretty much.
I'm assuming that's what's going to happen.
Look in your all's direction. I need everyone to roll me a wisdom saving. Well, yeah, all of you guys, and then Harpene.
So saving throws, yeah, saving throws are something different, aren't they? But it don't matter. Oh!
What's the half-elf stuff you have advantage on?
Charmed and sleep.
You have advantage.
17.
You're good.
18.
You're good.
Natural 1.
Cable. You fall into a magical slumber. You are unconscious for 10 minutes.
Oh, I just can't be put to sleep. I don't have to make.
Oh, okay.
For sleep.
So you're.
I'm assuming I can be put to sleep.
I have advantage on charmed and the magic. Magic can't put you to sleep.
Cable falls, prone, snoring.
Oh shit.
Well, actually, he's unconscious, so he's just to the ground. But you all have your backs to you. No one knows
Oh,
that
yeah,
he's
I don't
fell.
know.
So
I got a nasty MF in front of me.
Harpene takes another swing with her. Well, actually, hang on. They're going to rotate. This guy's going to leave. This guy's going to... There.
Does your thing get attack opportunity?
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, attack
Okay.
opportunity.
Take your attack.
From the echo.
Nah, it's only a 11 to hit.
Miss. Alright, Harpene's turn. She's going to turn since this guy rotated around her. Take a smack with her. I already rolled, so she missed. She rolled a 3. He kind of ducks out of the way from her. She's like, shit. Cortland. He's kind of like, oh god, 5, 10, 15, 20. Kind of backs up a little bit out of the way. He's like, Craeloth, move! Shoots another blast. Shit, 9. Misses. Bye.
Okay, so they just left him alone over there unconscious, I see now. I'm going to move my spiritual weapon. 5, 10, right here next to me. We'll go ahead and make an attack with it on the big guy in the armor. I believe that is 14.
Miss.
Okay.
These guys breathe water. I didn't think so.
I'm asking the important questions.
Combat, ladies and gentlemen.
So
I'm the only one that wanted to fight, and I'm asleep.
I know, I just thought about that. I kind of feel bad.
these two grouped up now. I'll go ahead and just use burning hands.
I'm
And
going
hit both of
home.
them.
Okay. Okay, the one directly in front of you, 17.
Succeed.
And then the one beside of him,
that's
an
good.
11.
That fails.
Okay.
It's 16 points of fire damage.
So 8 for one dude.
16. 2 6s and a 4.
Nice. And then the guy who failed, you said how much?
16.
Okay. The guy in front of Duma has been starting to look a little rough.
Yeah, because I've been kicking his hind end over here.
You've been poking.
Craeloth.
Okay. Moving my echo.
In about 5 or 6 more rounds of combat, he'd have been right where he is.
20, 25, 30. And it's going to attack the armored one again.
Okay.
Make the attack. Damn it. That's a miss. That's only
Gotta
9.
get that other dice I can trade down. Balanced on
Yeah,
it.
that's
Changed
the
it.
problem is. Okay, and I'm gonna.
You're not conveniently placed for it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna start doing that. Fuck it, action surge, doing it again.
Oh no.
God, natural one again.
Golly, Trav, you're having an awful night.
Alright, and then I'm gonna move Craeloth, right? Yeah, I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. Cable, bro, you're asleep.
Can I not roll awake?
No. Well, actually, you know, let's try. Duma's going. She sees that you've fallen. He gets, and now that he's within 5 feet of his ally, gets advantage.
Oh shit.
Dirty 20.
That wakes me up.
She doesn't have much health, boys.
Oh, dadgummit.
Duma falls. As she's trying to run towards Cable, this one reaches out, slashes her across the back. Falls to there.
Duma!
Alright, so that was her go. Najard is... Violet, I don't know what I'm doing! He makes an attempt with his hammer,
Massive hammer.
tries to swing. 19 to hit.
Hey!
Why couldn't he run after me?
3 points of bludgeoning damage. And he just clocks it across the face.
I'm sleeping for all this.
And he kind of looks at you and he's like, was it good, Violet?
Do it again!
Okay. Cable's asleep.
Weena.
It is the Jackal's turn. This one's going to attack Craeloth.
Okay.
It's advantage.
Is that advantage?
Yeah, 22 to hit.
Might have advantage.
Because he's within 5 feet of his.
Oh, attack tactics, yeah.
But they have to be attacking the same person?
No.
Okay. It's worth a shot, boys.
Let's get it.
Ready?
Yep.
6 points of piercing damage as he bites into you again. He's starting to learn where the gaps in your armor are.
Yep.
The one in front of Harpene attacks her. Hits. Harpene gets bit. Alright. The one in front of you, Violet, attacks.
I'm gonna use warding flare.
So it'll be a straight
So
roll.
it's a straight roll.
22.
That
This is with his scimitar. 8 points of slashing damage. Max damage on that. And then the one in front of Najard is going to attack Najard. Advantage. Natural 20.
I don't know. There goes the yard.
I'm glad somebody's rolling good. the NPCs.
Oh,
The
he's
enemies.
I didn't roll good at the beginning. Roll good now that I have advantage.
I rolled the beginning, then
I didn't
rolled
roll good, but now I have advantage, so I'm rolling great.
Not bad though. 6 points. He's barely alive.
Great.
Oh wait. Yeah. I did that. Yeah. Okay. So Brian's the jar's like, Violet! And you look over and there's just blood spewing down as the jackal's ripping into his shoulder. Harpine's turn. She's like, you bastard. She takes her another swing. Cocked.
Do something sounds just hit with a stick.
Hits.
It's like a high-powered druid. It's like 400 years old.
Shishalalaying.
Hitting it with a stick.
Shishalalaying. Shishalalaying the pain, man.
Robert, I really feel bad for you.
He's asleep IRL.
9 points of damage. Alright, Cortland's turn. Is he about to fall, Craeloth?
No.
Firebolt. I mean, he's been successful at using it, so.
He's hit him one time.
Hits.
It misses and hits me and wakes me up.
14 points of damage.
I could hit you and wake you up, so it'll do double damage because you're unconscious.
Not
Alright.
asleep. It's different.
No, it's the same.
Violet.
Okay, it worked pretty well last time, so let's swing with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
God.
Dang it. That's a total of 8.
Yes.
So
It actually almost hits the echo. The echo's like, looks at the spiritual weapon like,
okay.
me and you are on the same team, Spirit.
Shoot.
All of the jackal wares, except for the main one, look, they're starting to look rough. So.
Let's just do burning hands again.
I say main one, the armored one.
Actually does damage. Even if Dex say I'm burning hands first.
Burning hands. For those two,
Yeah.
the one with the armor,
Good. 16 again.
16.
Saves.
The one without the armor, 7.
16 points of damage again.
The one without the armor, burnt to a crisp. Falls down beside. The one with the armor looks pretty charred. He's like, and the bits and pieces of his furred skin starting to peel off due to the flame damage. Craeloth.
Okay, there you go.
Or if you're done.
Does Duma need to roll a death save?
She does. She succeeded.
Yay!
Okay. Echo's gonna move 5, 10.
Do you have a dream table over there that I can roll?
Does it count as flanking with Violet for the Echo? Can the Echo flank?
That's the question.
Yeah, I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think that
Because you're
works.
incorporeal.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't. That's right. It doesn't work. Okay, so never mind. All right, 5, 10. Gonna attack the armored beast.
Okay.
Oh, natural 18 plus 6.
Hits.
Okay. That's a 10 slashing. And then I'm gonna unleash incarnation.
Since the echo is a feature,
Yeah,
not
doesn't
an
all-
ally
yeah.
creature. Technically.
I knew that. I just forgot. I'm gonna make an additional attack. 10.
Miss on save.
Yeah.
As you attack with the first one, he's using the same weapon, correct? As you.
Yeah, it's Echo of me.
So the halberd comes through. Violet comes through his shoulder. The spiritual, phantasmal looking. You kind of see it pierce, and the jackal's like. It looks extremely hurt.
And then I'm gonna go this way. 15, 20. If it wants to make a tap opportunity, it can.
Yeah, it's gonna take it. It doesn't have advantage anymore, so it misses.
Alright, and I'm going to use my bonus action to teleport and swap places.
That's bad, dude. Alright, cool.
Is it your bonus action to make an attack twice?
Well, it's nothing to do the Unleashed Incarnation.
Oh, dang.
And then
You just get so many per
yeah,
day, right?
three for long rest, and then it's a bonus action to teleport as long as within 30 feet.
Okay.
30 feet.
Well, actually, as long as that goes out.
I'm asleep.
Sorry, Cable.
Yeah, because if it's not within 30
Wait,
feet, it disappears.
wake me up!
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a 10.
planning on it.
Okay.
The jackal in front of you.
Everybody's gonna be dead.
It's like right at.
Yeah, as long as
The
it's...
jackal in front of you takes one last swing.
Morning flare, disadvantage.
Ooh, okay.
I get 4.
Nice.
Probably misses. 15
Misses.
bounces off your breastplate, and the light kind of glimmers across it. He's like, oh. The one will attack your echo with advantage. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh shit, let me make sure my Echo's armor class is different. Yeah, 21 hit, yeah.
The echo suffers 6 points of damage.
Have one hell.
Yep.
And then that one attacks Harpine at advantage.
Technically.
Hits
I'm not
3 damage. Okay. Harpine's turn. Shillelagh. I don't like any of her spells. Natural 20.
Dang!
Does she not have like anything? She doesn't get
Call lightning,
call lightning.
call a friend.
She kills it. Breaks its neck.
Doesn't really have that well.
I don't know. She might be level
Call
5.
lightning. I mean, she would have at least the third level.
Then Cortland. It's managing spellcasters, man.
He's casting fireball.
Fireball. Fireball. Fireball.
This time you
Here's some
see
spell slots.
he holds up his hand, and 3 little fiery orbs dance around his hand. He goes, and 3 scorching ray.
Nice.
I can do that.
The first one hits. Second one misses. Third one, natural 20.
Damn.
46.
Well, second.
2 of them are crit.
Yeah, okay. So 7 points of fire damage, and then 14, 21 points of fire damage. After the 3 rays, nothing is left. Dang, y'all's NPCs, man. Y'all made the right friends.
Apparently.
Alright, so boom, boom, boom.
Not my turn, it's Wolf's turn.
Yeah.
No one in front of me. No, it should be like my turn.
It is your turn.
Yeah. Alright. Third time's the charm. Spiritual weapon.
2.
Miss!
Didn't land in my tray. Okay, I'm gonna reach out, touch him, and cast inflict wounds.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, yeah.
24.
How do you want to do this?
Just reach out, touch him, and just rot away all the flesh in his chest. I want to see how much damage this does.
You only have 1 hit point, so.
Okay, I'll do 3d10.
He's gone.
4. 9. 16. Burning hands just smoke.
As the battle concludes.
I'm gonna wake up Cable. We need you!
Wait,
No, we don't. I got it.
ah! Wait, I can't get up yet, can I?
Yeah, you can. As soon as he wakes you up, you're good.
Ah!
Shakes the target awake. So he runs over, shakes you, and you're like, whoa, whoa. You're still punching. Actually, Craeloth, make me a
Oh, wait,
dexterity
is
saving
everybody-
throw.
Is everybody dead?
I'm good with that.
Not everybody. Najard runs over to Duma.
Oh.
No, all the bad guys are dead.
15.
What do
You
I
miss
do?
as he's like,
Bob and weave.
I'll go to Duma and. Oh, I have a healer.
How was the fight, guys?
you're like waking up, you're like, God, I slept so good.
Does that count as a short rest?
No, it was only like 18 seconds.
It's a very short rest.
I'll go to Duma and use my healer's
Oh.
kit.
That's him off. It went against my leg.
Bugs, man. Stealthier than rogues.
Use my healer's kit to stabilize Duma.
Okay. Do you have to make a check with that?
As an action, you can expend one use of this kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without needing to make a wisdom medicine check.
Gotcha. So she's good. She's stabilized.
I have 8 because I used it once on Ultio in my first battle, so I have 8 left now.
You see, like, there was a gaping wound, like, near her chest, and just blood was just pouring out of it. That's probably the reason why she went unconscious. So you're able to rush over, get the healer's kit, take it out, and, you begin trying to patch up what you can, shoving gauze in, using needle and thread to sew it up. What do you guys do?
I walk over to assist.
I want to, after I help her, like to look and see what all these things have on them.
Roll investigation check.
I look at him and say, I'm something, or I look at her and say, I'm something of a doctor myself.
Natural 1 on the investigation check.
You don't find much other than just furry dogs.
Jackals.
Jackals.
Yeah.
Sorry. Human size or humanoid size.
I wasn't paying attention. I helped you.
Cable, roll me a nature check.
Oh, that's...
Can I also check these furry beasts since I am a furry beast and see if they have anything good in their
Yeah, investigation.
They're furry.
Furry beast or beast fur?
natural 20 on the investigation check?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
but
Nothing on them.
They're gonna. I'll tell you what they got.
They're jackals.
3 of them are dogs,
Nice.
just overgrown dogs.
That
However-
walk upright.
The other one
And one of them can
has
feel
a
all my
shortened
eyes.
scythe.
Ooh, shortened
I'm
side.
gonna roll my nature check. You can spot me. Ooh.
And some broken in pieces chainmail armor.
It's a 5, right?
It is a 5. Yes, that was a 5.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a 6.
How would that be a 6?
You act like they're majorly different.
I just didn't have much. Craeloth, sorry.
That's all good. Didn't figure it
A
out.
natural 5.
Ooh.
Natural 5.
I'll just give you this since you missed the fight, and I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, you should feel bad. What? Did you hear those bandits coming out of the woods?
DM remorse.
I punched one a couple times and then I got real
Something
tired.
strikes you as curious. Back during the escape from Follyfield,
Okay.
you recall that you were bitten by a
Werewolf.
shape-shifting halfling of some sort.
It's a werewolf.
And now you're seeing humanoid-sized jackals. You're starting to link some were things together.
Can I be a werewolf and not a werejackal?
Not yet.
As of right now, you'd be a were-rat. Because I'm just looking at you.
But you want
I didn't
be
think
careful.
about
The
that.
effects of lycanthropy are
Awesome.
The effects
under
of
certain situations.
The effects of lethargy are not good. You won't be able to sleep in every battle.
Apparently. Do I get that sweet lullaby move that thing got?
Don't even get me started on larceny.
I googled that earlier. I asked Jeeves about that earlier.
Yeah, what'd you say?
It's theft of personal property. Do I get that sweet lullaby thing it did? Where I go, and everybody just falls asleep?
Only you, but
No, I was asleep too the whole time.
Yeah.
They just died.
it was only a DC. It was only a DC 10.
Good thing I rolled a 1.
Yep.
Good thing. At least you didn't
Well,
make me.
technically-
Well, let's go on.
Technically, I rolled a 3. But I rolled a natural 1. It was +2.
Your wisdom's that low?
Yeah, it's just +2
His
right
highest
now.
stat is a 15.
Yeah. I sent you my rolls.
I know
Chief.
it was
Mid
bad.
maxed. Mid
Okay.
Was it set? I guess so.
72. Whatever you roll.
The 6 didn't help in charisma.
What are your, no matter.
You can look. I don't care.
He
What are your racial bonuses? Do you know?
I think it's strength and something.
as you all put yourselves together, you repair Duma, kind of lay her in the back of the cart in between some of the crates, and Jard takes over the driver's seat and begins trying to quickly, get on towards Maple Dog.
I'll give her a cure wounds.
Oh,
Okay, so you're going to touch her and administer cure wounds.
I don't know how much health she
She comes up, she's like, "Where's is Cable okay?"
Yeah. How you doing?
She's like, "Oh."
Sorry, that's out of character. That was Robert.
She
saying
gains
that.
10 health.
10 health. Okay. Make an imaginary note of that because I don't have any stats.
I mean, it didn't take much to kill her. I figured she could use that.
She had 7 hit points, and the jackal dealt 7 damage.
That's good. These creatures are like the ones, or similar. I'm over here just checking this cat out. Excuse me. Jackal. Wait. Which ones were dogs? Were they all dogs?
Yeah.
All dogs
This
go
one
to
was-
heaven. Did these dogs go to heaven? This one. Is this a dog?
It was a jackal.
You said they were dogs, overgrown dogs.
They are canines. Overgrown jackals is the best that your character could tell. Except for
Roll a
now,
5.
you're beginning to link. Maybe there's a similarity.
I feel like we need to go back to Mayberry. What was that place called? Follyfield.
Follyfield.
Ooh. Where did I get maple dogs? Is where I.
Sure.
I'm just glad you're remembering half of it. I'm proud. At least half of it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking.
Andy Griffith.
So, what do you mean?
There's a bunch of werebeasts. I was bit by a monstrous bear creature.
In Fallfield?
Yes. It was a bear. I'm gonna die on that hill if I turn into a were creature. It was a grizzly bear creature.
When?
And that when we were trying to fight the whole town, and you all just ran to a cart.
There was nothing but halflings there. Where was the bear? It must have been a really small bear.
Yes.
Rat-like.
A rat-like bear.
Very rodent-like bear.
Was it a bugbear?
No, it was definitely a grizzly.
Okay.
A grizzly. I think they're called grizzly rat bears.
Anyway.
Just a smaller version of a grizzly bear, but just like 2 times as ferocious. But I think if I transform, I go up to like a level 15. Just wreck shop.
Croatland's like, what is this level 15 you speak of?
I just want to be a grizzly bear. I should have been a druid. I have questioned most of my decisions in my life.
Harpene looks over at you. She's, I could probably teach you, but it would take some time.
Hold up.
Multi-class.
No, that's too much. You're lucky I can figure one single class out.
Figure out the easiest
Consider
class
that.
in the game. Monk.
Punch.
Exactly, and I'm still doing that wrong according to Hunter.
As Duma's wooden cart approaches the tall cobblestone walls and parapets of Maple Dock. In the distance, the sounds of waves crashing, seagulls chirping, and the townspeople bartering can be heard. The walls seem to be strong but weathered, probably by constant salty sea breeze that blows across the stonework. The port city itself is set on a small peninsula that juts out into the Atheling Strait, just this side of the jagged iron oceanic spires called the Shipbreakers. The medieval stone architecture gives way to a city built in the likeness of the stair steps, with each step representing its own urban zone. The steps walk their way down to the beach and docks below. The steps of the city are referred to by just the first word for locals, not including step. And each of the steps are great in size and contain several establishments, residential neighborhoods, or wealthy gardens, mansions, etc. The first of these is the spear step. Did you pick up the rock?
Yeah. Was there a purpose to it?
I mean, kinda, but not major. It's
Okay, I'll put it back.
It's still there.
Is that where it was?
Yeah.
Children.
It wasn't.
What do you guys do?
Is that under one of the steps?
So this is Maple Dock.
Let me see. I got more notes.
What time of day does it seem to be?
It's evening. Your belly rumbles.
Oh.
As Duma approaches the massive hickory gate, a small raven flies down from the parapet that contains the watchful eye of the stammering sentinels. Their crossbows affixed on you all within the cart. Duma, who is used to this process, calls out to the guards and gives the raven a small piece of parchment detailing her purpose for business inside the port city. A few moments after the raven had returned to the parapet with the letter, the sounds of chains and creaking of a turnstile may be heard as the heavy gate begins to slowly open, giving way to the spear step. Duma and Najard wave to the guards and drive the cart into the city. The massive gate closes behind you all, as you can see the interior of the starred city of Mapledock.
How far away is the ocean? Like, I know it's down the steps. Like, in comparison to
The city itself probably encompasses, I don't know, 5 to 6 miles of city.
in comparison to the orange ribbon place. They give you the sash. What was that place called? The two-step?
The Yipper's Yell?
Yipper's Yell. The other one was
On the
two-step.
trade step?
No, the yellow sash was Yippers. The orange sash was.
Oh, the last step.
The last step. How far away is it in comparison to that?
From where you are now? Or
From the trade, like,
the trade step to the beach?
yes.
Like, what are you wanting?
I was going to look for somewhere to stay next to the ocean.
Gotcha. It's remotely close. Like there's rooms that you can see the sea and see the beach from at the last step. Either of the ends, they have a view of the ocean.
Do
the
they
last
have
step is
access?
Oh yeah. I mean, the way that the city's kind of designed is there's, each step has its own thing, but in the dead center of these is just a massive walkway of steps.
Okay.
They go up, all the way from the bottom to the top. And it's fairly wide, that's frequented by all the people moving about. Duma kind of turns. She's like, well, if you want to ride on the cart, you can, but I'm heading down to Tybalt's finest formal wear. I gotta deliver these silks.
I'll follow you down there.
Do we pass? I'll go with them. Do we pass an armory on the way? Like a weapons shop?
She's headed to the trade step, so as you go, you may notice them.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow as well. Something I look out for.
Which one are we following? Silver hair girl?
Duma. Well, Duma and the Jar are both following.
This one's Duma, right?
Yes. Duma is the half-orc.
Okay. So as you guys kind of ride with her through the cart. There's a on the side of the two steps. It's kind of like a stonework slope of cobblestone. I mean, it still rattles and it's rickety as you go down, but they have all kinds of different businesses and merchants, charters, people. You can see people of wealthy stature, people of common stature. You can see mill workers, dock workers. I mean, and it's a melting pot of people. They're all races are represented. All people of all kinds are represented.
Even Tritons?
Probably a low population, but maybe some towards the ocean. You don't possibly. As you all, so I guess, are you guys just going to stick with Duma and Najard until they get to the fourth step?
If I see, yeah, I just want to go to the armory. Look for some.
I want to go to this. What's Tybalt's
Formal wear. Okay, well let me just, so as you all, I'm just going to give you like the general layout as you all are in the city now, making your way through it. So as you pass through the spear step, it looks to contain the strong militaristic presence of the Stammering Sentinels. You pass by the Lockhead prison that can be found here along with the circuit of the Stammering court system. You see Sentinel barracks, an armory, a training field, and a governing presence from Stammering, which is an appointed individual that resides within a location or a keep called the Silvered Nest.
Do these sentinels seem to be segregated, or are they predominantly one race?
There's a heavy presence of human and dwarves, but you see a little bit of everything in it. Duma kind of looks back and she says, the governor here, her name is Ursula. She was appointed by King Matthias's council. She oversees the sentinels in the eastern region of the Barley Sea. She long got a nickname called Ursula the Bearded, but she hates it, so no one says that.
I can imagine.
And when you guys are rolling through this, there's a ton of a heavy guard presence. It looks like new recruits, old drill instructors. I mean, there's all kinds of officials stammering. You see a lot of people near the Lockhead prison in chains that, around their necks, wrists, and feet, being aligned, manacled. So, seems to be, a strong show of Stammering's potential for their army. As you leave the militaristic step of the spear, the next step that you come to is called the Golden Step. This houses the Gold Keep, which contains the Executor of Mapledock, which is a democratic elected leader for the people chosen by the various nobles, priests, merchants, and other significant figures within the city. Common people have their vote, but it is not worth the same as significant figures. The elected executor is a tiefling by the name of Sultanix.
Carl.
Which is executor? Is that what their title was?
Executor of Mapledock is his title.
It's Sultanix Carl for short.
It's just Sultanix. Salty.
Salty.
She says, Sultanix was once an expert within the market of jewels and precious metals. He was elected for his benevolent personality and displays of kindness amongst all people within the city. But he has newly been elected as the previous executor was removed for committing bribery and larceny. His name was Lothon, a human male who is currently held within the Lockhead.
Wait. Is that the guy we're going to break out?
No.
The rest of the Golden Step contains various venues that look out over the Maple Beach and docks. A large dining hall for banquets and balls to be held, a beautiful courtyard with flower gardens and chiseled statues of heroes from days past. There are a few other wealthy manors and mansions that belong to successful merchants and nobles who can afford the taxes and building expenses to live on the Golden. There's also a heavy presence of Stammering Sentinels on this step as well. So as you guys keep going down into the next step, she lets you know this is called the Common. Several homes and buildings that are styled like a stonework condo. Side by side, these apartment-style structures form a grid of streets and alleyways that wind their way through this step, housing the majority of the residents of Mapledock. There are some on the western side that overlook bits and pieces of Maple Beach and the ocean, but most of the living areas within the grid face other stonework apartments. Everyone from the most common persons, shopkeepers, innkeepers, dock workers, live within the Common. There are guards posted here and throughout the remainder of the city, but not as much of a presence as the previous steps. And you get to the step that she's intending to go to. The fourth step is called the Trade. This step contains the most action during the day, as the various shops may be visited. There are shops in this step that sell everything from pastries and meat to fine clothes and jewelry. There are a few inns for travelers and citizens to enjoy a good time at the bar. There's also a famous magic shop within this step called the Magister's Mysteries. The magic shop is owned by a world-famous magician by the name of Nikolai.
Okay, quick question. In D&D world, are magicians the same as wizards? Or are magicians the same as, hero magicians?
Magicians were similar to wizards that were trained in the School of Illusion.
Okay.
She says, he is a half-elf who has a beautiful appearance. He has sharp and toned features with deep blue eyes and his peachy toned skin, long blonde billowing hair that he has tied into braids that wrap around and down his back. He dresses in silk tunics and suits as he allows small puffs of pixie dust to poof with every step he takes. And he has a sharp and cunning voice like, hello dear. But anyway, besides that, there are a couple taverns. I think I heard you talking about taverns earlier.
Duma begins to blush.
Yeah. There's one called the Yipper's Yell
Conversation with him.
and another called the Last Step. These two taverns are owned by rival dwarven brothers who claim to brew the best and strongest ale. One of the brothers, his name is Rockin, and the other, Umbly. What?
These names,
I was
dude.
hoping it was going to be rolling.
Rockin' and
Roll.
oh,
Sorry. Copyright reasons.
Oh.
Uh,
It could be Roland.
Roland.
There's also a third place of interest titled the Eloquent Choice, which is a high-end type of dining area for the richer residents of the city. The Eloquent Choice is owned by a female tabaxi by the name of Kaya. She's a black-furred tabaxi with golden jewelry and robes that flow around her feline form. And then you can find other shops such as Rob's Cakes and Bakes, Tybalt's Finest Formal Wear, which is where we are headed, and Jimothy's Jewels.
Jimothy.
It used to be Sultanix's shop, but he sold it to Jimothy. Many citizens of the city set up small stalls and sell various goods in the open road, so there's no telling what you can find. And then the next step, which we're not going to, is the manufacturing step. There's nothing but warehouses and mills down there, which, unless you just want to go there.
Is everyone in this populace housed? There's no poverty here?
The city does well to take care of its own. It's, I mean, I'm sure that you can find some commoners that aren't well off, but Sultanix does very well at making sure everyone's taken care of.
I like this Sultanix fella. Does she point out where the fancy eatery is?
Yeah, the eloquent choice. Yeah, she points it out as you guys are going.
I jump off there and I'll start nosing toward it.
Okay.
Before you leave, would either of you gentlemen want a black suit jacket? Would you have any use for a black suit jacket?
He's going to the fancy place.
I'm also shirtless wearing brown trousers, so I may not get in. But I'm just going anyway.
Take the suit jacket.
Here's a black suit jacket.
No.
If there's a dress code,
Well, I'm
it's just
going to
enough you
sell
can
it
get in.
if you don't want it.
Just sell it.
I'm going to sell it.
I have no need for.
How about a fuchsia dress?
Oh, that's what you do.
Actually.
You never know. No.
I thought it was a fair
All right,
request.
I'm gonna
Her penny's like,
sell it.
What kind of fuchsia dress is that?
A fuchsia one.
A
Very-
fuchsia dress.
It's very dress-like.
It's a mermaid's dress with beads.
Who made it?
It's homemade.
I found it.
As in some hoe made it.
May I see?
It's Louis
I
Vuitton.
reached down in the.
No. Did we go there?
We went.
I reached down in the bag of holding and pull out the fuchsia dress.
She's like, it's kind of wet.
Wait a minute.
Stop, Robert. Alright, I'm back.
I'm trying to remember where we got it at.
Was it?
Was it in the water on the halfling?
Not as wet as it's going
Did
to
it
be.
just come out whenever he appeared?
No.
Was it on the ground?
I don't remember where I got it, bro.
It'll dry. It's been 2 days.
She's like, just sell it. I don't want it.
It would have dried in the bag of holding.
No, no.
Just sell
He
it.
requested the dress, not the water on top of the dress, when he put his hand in it.
So as you guys enter into the city of Maple Dock, you begin making your way towards the Eloquent Choice.
Uh-huh.
You all are making your way towards the formal wear, Tybalt's Finest Formal Wear.
Mm-hmm.
Cortland jumps off. He's like, I'm heading to the Magister's Mysteries. Maybe he can assist me in sending a message to Amastacia.
I'll meet you there. I have some business at.
And Harpene kind of looks around and she's like, I'm going to the ocean.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
So
Our
Kinda split.
is silver-haired.
you guys are beginning to navigate the city of Maple Dock, and that's where we'll end tonight.
Huh?